Connor Roush here in Attica, Ohio, previewing Week 10's matchup between the Mohawk Warriors and Seneca East Tigers. Coming into this matchup, the Warriors are 7-2 overall and 5-1 in league play, while the Tigers are 6-3 overall and 5-1 in league play. Not only is this a rivalry game between these two schools, but this is also for the N10 Championship. The last time that Mohawk has won the N10 was back in 2018, and as for Seneca East, the last time was in 2019. I caught up with head coach Eric Daniel from Mohawk and a few of his guys, as well with head coach Ed Phillips from Seneca East and a few of his players. Let's see what they had to say about this game.
Yeah, no, it's been a great season. Our kids have done an amazing job. They've got us to this point, and we're very grateful for that. And the theme this week is finish. So no, not yet, bud. And yeah, we're grateful for the opportunity to play in a very meaningful game this late in the year. Playoff implications, league title implications. Okay, big rivalry game with our guys. Hang on, bud. Okay. So yeah, no, just very grateful for the opportunity to have to be playing meaningful football this late in the year. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. If you would have signed us up for this, 8, 10, 12 weeks ago, where we're playing Week 10 for an N10 outright championship, don't have to share it with anybody, let's go. We would have signed up for that in a heartbeat. So we've had some close ones over the years and some heartbreakers over the years. They have had a number the last couple of years as well. So, we owe them one, and that's our mentality. We want to get one back. And but on top of that, it's I've said it all year. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You need to be intrinsically motivated. When a league title's up for grabs, I mean, my God, how can you? We don't really have to motivate our guys this week. It's kind of like Kerry last week. They came in ready to go, focused, not entitled. They've got a very short memory, whether we win or we lose. Big. Hang on, buddy. Whether we have a big win or a big loss, and they're able to refocus by Saturday, get coached up, and Monday you can't even tell whether we won or lost. They're hungry, ready to go.
And what you want to see your guys do come out?
Yeah, we just want them to be hungry, be who you are, and they've done a great job this year at not yet at playing on who they are. We've identified our best 11 and the guys that are toughest out there and willing to battle. And I think they've ultimately, their mentality's put them in this situation. So that's our message. Be who you are. And I think Coach Trusty said it best earlier this week when we're talking to our guys. Everybody knows who you are now. You're not sneaking up on anybody, and nobody's sneaking up on us. Just go be yourselves. Play Mohawk football. We've been very fortunate with this group. They've brought a lot of toughness back into our program. And they embody it, man. They embody it in practice. They're hitting and smacking, and we've got to kind of call them off and hold them back. So we love that, and that's what we're looking for Friday night, because I guarantee you Seneca East is giving us their best shot as well. Yeah, no, it's the biggest thing is I think we're very – okay, go to your mother. Yep, go to Mom. Okay, you can say hi. Can you say hi real quick? Go ahead and say hi. Say hi. Okay, thank you. All right, go with them. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Well, they've traveled amazing, and they've done an amazing job supporting us through thick and thin. And like I said, years like this are more special when you have a year like last year. It makes you more grateful and appreciative to the fans that stick by you. We have a great community here. I'm sure that there will be thousands of people there on both sides of the community, whether it's Seneca East or Mohawk. So the atmosphere you can't beat. It's everything you look for in small school football. It's what we train for in the off season, and our guys couldn't be more geared up and ready to go, and we really appreciate all the community support that we've received.
So a lot of the off-season work had a lot to do with it, probably almost as soon as the actual football season ended, almost like the next year started 2 weeks after that, and just the constant grind in the off-season. Then the loss week 1 probably really woke us up for the rest of the season. And ever since then, we've just been rolling.
Yeah, so last year we ended the season off 2-8. We had our end of season meetings, and we met with all us upcoming seniors, met with all the new and what we're going to be juniors and sophomores, and we told them basically that year's in the past. We know what we did last year. We know what wasn't successful. We know what we can be to be successful, and pretty much just We met, we talked about it, everything we could do. We came together as a team and really build off each other and push each other in practice, and it turns out it's working pretty well right now, so we're going to keep rolling with it.
Last year, it was a close game for a while, then we let the game go in the fourth quarter. And then the year before that, it was a pretty close game the entire time. Then it came down to one play with a few seconds left on the clock. So beating them was like a really big thing, and especially since it's for the N10, that's something that hasn't happened since 2018 here at Mohawk. And we just got to keep doing what we've been doing in the past games, just keep doing it.
Obviously, it's something we've never been a part of as a team and as seniors. It's honestly a really cool thing, like to finally say we're playing for a league championship after 2-8 last year. Nobody would have guessed that Mohawk would have been in that position this year. So, I mean, Seneca East is a great team. They got great players. It's going to be a great game for them, especially it's even cooler. Winner gets all, so couldn't really ask for a better game to end the season off with.
Well, we know they got really good athletes. They're well coached. They play hard. So but we got to keep doing what we've done the past few weeks starting with our O-line. They've been playing really good, and today's Trusty Tuesday. Like I said in my last interview, they'll be getting work in today, and we just got to stay on it. It's going to be a good game. They got athletes, we got athletes. It's going to come down to a couple plays or so.
Yeah, like he said about the athletes, we stack up pretty well, evenly, team to team. They got two really nice athletes. Their quarterback's a really good athlete, Taylor and Bryler and Nick. Yeah, so pretty much just being sound offensively and defensively. It's going to be a defensive game for us. We got to come ready to go defensively and shut them down. We know what they're going to do. We know what they want to do. So just practicing our game plan all week and getting the best we can all week and prepping for them. That's about it.
It should be pretty cool. Like he said, winner takes all. It's a championship here.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to want to watch it. It's going to be a shootout, one-score game, definitely close and all the way up to the end.
Yeah, it's been a process, and we've talked a lot about that lately, especially second half of the season. We just want to keep getting better, and that's our goal right now, and I think we have. I think that as a team, this is probably the best we've been all season, and trying to kind of sort of peak at the right time. And then the excitement has just come with the season. They've done some really good things to put us in this spot and create a lot of excitement for the team and the school and the community. And it's really neat that it comes to a peak right now with us in Mohawk in Week 10. And what better script could you write? Yeah, it's pretty cool for both schools because it's a rivalry to start with. And I believe this. I believe that they believed in themselves being the season, and we did too. Outside of the programs, I don't know that a lot of people expected this, which I think generates even more excitement. So a great thing for us and for them, and to have a rivalry like this go to Week 10 and determine the league champion is it's outstanding and really exciting. We've had a tough schedule, and we did have we've got 3 losses to 3 really good football teams, from that, I think that it's true in the sense that your biggest improvements can come off of failures, and those were failures in our eyes, but we use them as part of the process.
Take it day by day. If you want it, you're gonna bleed, but Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the jungle here in Attica, Ohio. We are live from Tiger Stadium for the N10 title matchup between the Seneca East Tigers and the Mohawk Warriors. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, Austin Rodriguez on the main cam, and Eric Hall down on the sidelines. You're tuned in here on the XCARET Mexican Restaurant pregame show. Let's take a moment to break this one down. Let's thank our sponsors first before we get you to the action here. Just under a minute before the start of this one, let's thank all of our sponsors, including XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Open Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, Drawn to the Surface, CLOUSE Construction, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Landers Strength Syndicate, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, CLOUSE Electric, E&R Precision Lighting, Bascom Communications, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're just about set for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. Tommy, what a pleasure it is to be on the call with you once again, partner, for this dynamite matchup here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Oh, business is about to pick up. You can't have Week 11 without Week 10, and it all comes down to this. A huge N10 matchup deep in the jungles of Attica here at Seneca East Tigers Stadium, and Nate couldn't be more happy to be on the call. A must-win situation for the Seneca East Tigers if they expect to host a playoff game. Otherwise, they got Western Reserve right on their tail, splitting the margin by 1.19 points, and those computer points become all that much more important. A win here tonight will mean the difference between hosting a playoff game and going on the road in Week 11. And these Mohawk Warriors are going to be battle-tested to determine the N10 champions.
Opening kickoff brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And we are underway here in the jungle, live from Tiger Stadium. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tonight's timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Keys to the game brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Every time these teams enter the red zone, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Our player spotlight, which we'll get to here in just a minute, brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. You just saw the opening kickoff brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. Our weather report brought to you tonight by E&R Precision Lighting. Game day updates provided by CLOUSE Construction, and our halftime marching band performance brought to you by Forte Music. Seneca East takes over at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers. A shotgun set for the Tigers. Little pitch to the left. And this one's going to be about a 5-yard gain. Nice gain on the play, as I believe that was Taylor Young, the ball carrier. Young on the season, 25 carries, 245 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. Nicholas Parks leading the way for Seneca East, throws it down the left sideline, got a man at the 45, and there's a tussle for the ball, and they're going to say he did come down with it at the 40-yard line. What a catch by Bryler Beamer.
A little contention between Beamer and Bish down there after the fact, but here on the National Machinery replay, you'll see
Beamer went up and just high-pointed that one.
And Duck with a dot right on number 8, as we'll get into the STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. player spotlight here in a minute. As these Tigers are on the move now. Mohawk loaded up 9 in the box, and they challenged that man-to-man coverage, and that was not fortuitous for the Warriors.
4 receivers bunched on the right side of the formation. They pitch it to the right. That's Young once again on the carry, following his blockers as he's got it up past the 35 to about, they mark him down right at the 35-yard line. So 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 coming up.
These Warriors continue to drive, Greg. Or these Tigers continue to drive. These Warriors push back on their heels in the opening stanza here. 2 minutes down here in the first stanza of action in the N10 Championship game, Nate.
That's right. Big time matchup here tonight. Winner is the outright champion of the N10 Conference. Nicholas Parks back to pass. Looking, steps up, delivers down the field into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Beamer. He led him to the post there, Tommy, but Beamer just didn't read the track of the ball off the out of the air very well.
And that quarterback, he just gives you such another dimension. He leads the N10. You see on this replay another well drawn off play. Just unable to find his mark, and we'll get into that player spotlight right after this play as we continue to shout the praise of young Parks here.
Junior Nicholas Parks, shotgun formation. Takes the snap, fake the handoff, going to follow some blocks. And he's got it up past the first down marker, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. And that's a Bascom Communications first down.
Yep. Okay, take a look at that player spotlight presented by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. As they get the chain set here once again. There it is, the King in the North, leading up to the N10 Championship, leading the N10 21-75 through the air for 26 tutties. And they continue to build, but the ball comes loose on the carry.
And I think he does end up coming back up with it there as number 44, the ball carrier, Jackson Gayhart. Just a 1-yard loss, but hey, it could have been a lot worse than that, Tommy. Tigers lucky to have it back. Once again, you're here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are on the adrenaline stream tonight. If you're looking for the Calvert-Hopewell matchup, you can find that one over on heartofohiosports.com. Just click on the Watch Live tab. You can find both games live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tight end on the right side, wing back on the right side. They bring a man in motion. Parks rolls to his right. Little dump off there as I'm not sure who the intended target was there, but nevertheless, falls to the turf harmlessly, incomplete.
Well, after that pitch out and the Gayhart heart attack almost caused a turnover there, they had to fall on that, and then another incompletion here. That brings up a 3rd and 11, and it's going to be a 3rd and distance for these Tigers. But again, Nate, we talk about how productive Duck has been through the air, and if anybody out there in Tiger Nation can kind of give me the insight on why they call him Duck.
Parks going to step up, take off with it. Ooh, nice move, Nicholas Parks into the open. Down to the 10 and down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Nicholas Parks, a little shake and bake there.
Yeah, just sitting pretty. Maybe that's why they call him Duck. The way he just glides across the turf there, but his feet are moving underneath, turning and burning, baby, for a huge first down here on this National Machinery replay. You see
23-yard gain on the play there for Nicholas Parks.
Parks getting the wheels turning.
8:24 left to play here in the first. No score. Seneca East first and goal with a 6. Young on the carry. Little pitch from Parks. That's going to be good for about 3. Maybe about 3 yards up to the 3-yard line.
Can we just talk for a minute on the gutsy instinct by Parks to tuck it and run out on a 3rd 11 and be able to convert?
He knew it was there. There was no doubt in his mind. Yeah, you're right, Tommy. It took some gall, that's for sure. Second down and goal at the 3. Inside of 8 minutes to play. Once again, the winner of tonight's matchup, the outright champion in the N10 Conference. Both teams coming into this one at 5-1 in conference play. Parks, handoff, Young, stuffed once again. Big time stop by that Mohawk defense. Number 2, Caleb Bish in on the stop.
Yeah. And it's nice to have him back in the mix. Injury bug biting the Mohawk sideline over the last couple weeks. Last week, able to get Kane Heyman back, able to get Caleb Bish back in a huge victory over Carey and a huge N10 matchup that led to this championship game here tonight.
Nicholas Parks on 3rd and goal. Rolls to his right, pressure, gets away from it, but he's swallowed up by that Mohawk defensive line. And they bring him down. So this is going to be short. And a 4th and goal coming up here. Decision time for the Tigers. Parks is looking over at the sideline saying, are we kicking it? Are we kicking it? Let's kick it. Now, I'm not sure what the call is, but I don't think they're kicking it here, Tommy. Offense stays on the field on this 4th and goal from the 7-yard line.
Well, they lost the game earlier this season off a missed extra point, so maybe the kicking game just isn't all there.
That's a good point, Greg. Great point.
Well, this is an N10 championship, and I wouldn't expect anything less. Going for it on 4th down.
Oh, and they get somebody to jump there.
Wow. Oh, they got Mohawk to jump.
And that'll be half the distance. Still not a first down, though, folks.
Yeah, because they lost a few yards on that play.
That's right. It's going to be half the distance, but it'll push them forward. Give them a little bit closer look at it. They'll put it at the 3.5-yard line. 4th and goal. No, they're actually going to put it down towards the 2, so.
We're playing football in the N10. It doesn't build character. It reveals it.
Yeah.
And it comes down to these clutch moments right here. Half the distance to the goal. 4th down play.
Pistol set. Parks looking into the end zone. Touchdown! Caught in the back of the end zone. What a beautiful play by Nicholas Parks. As that one finds his target.
Wow.
I believe that was.
Hard to see. He was all the way in the back.
Yeah,
of the
I
end
know.
zone.
Everybody's in front of him. I couldn't see him at all.
Well, a huge haymaker in the first round in the Rumble in the Jungle puts the Tigers on the board first as they draw first blood here in Attica.
I got to figure out what it costs to get some real estate up in that 2nd floor of this press box, because, I mean, every time we come over here, I'm like, we're just at the wrong level, and that one's no good. Greg, there you go. You called it earlier. That extra point is no good. Maybe that's why they said, no, we're not kicking it. We're going for it here.
You know, both of these kicks, this one he just missed and the one from the game I was talking about previously against Colonel Crawford, it must be a thing where the ball's going to the right or something, because from this angle, it looks like it's making the distance and the height, but it just must not be going through the crossbars there.
Well, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's down there with our weather report, brought to you by E&R Precision Lighting.
I don't know, it doesn't look like he's down there.
Oh, yeah, I got to connect with him. He can't even hear me.
I was saying, it doesn't look like he's ready for any reports.
We'll send it down to him here in just a moment. But nonetheless,
Again,
5:51 left to play here in the first.
we talk about these Tigers once again. Week 10, vying for a championship, but you're also vying for those computer points. I talked at the top of the program, .0166 points. Western Reserve nipping on the heels of these Tigers to get in for a chance to host a playoff game. And Greg, you've seen it so many times just in the luxury we have over there in Tiffin, how many games we've called that have hosted playoff games for us Cal now, how much that carries momentum with you as the hosting team.
Oh, yeah, hosting a playoff game is a huge, huge deal.
A kind of a squib kicked.
The up man fields it. That's Caden Bish as he gets it up to about the 41-yard line.
Now, we saw against Calvert in the first game of the season, Mohawk returned to kick for a touchdown. So, you know, all these teams have saw all this stuff on tape, and they know what these teams are capable of. So maybe that's why they squib kicked it there.
That's exactly what, when Connor had a chance to go catch up with Eric Daniel this week, that's exactly what he said. He said, nobody's sneaking up on us, and we're not sneaking up on anybody right now. We know who we are, and they know who we are.
Well, the Warriors couldn't be gifted any better field position to start this drive. Because you got all your weapons back, and you got Bogner in the gun. That's Ben Bogner.
1st and 10. Senior quarterback Ben Bogner, handoff. And that is Caden Bish on the carry.
Huge stop. Right
Stuffed behind the line.
Braden Drosky.
Oh, well, I remember that name, Greg. That kid, he was a monster down at Tiffin Youth Football. Braden Drosky.
Yes, 6'1", 260 pounds.
I think he's been about that big since youth football.
Drosky, the big broski, making an impact here in the early onset of this one.
2nd down and 11. Bogner in the shotgun, takes the handoff, looking, over the middle, has it to his man, complete to the 35, to the 30, and he's going to be brought down towards the 20-yard line.
Huge completion over the middle. That's got to be Kane Heyman. Now, Greg, as they reset the chains here real quick, we'll go to the player spotlight for these Mohawk Warriors. A healthy Mohawk Warrior here in Week 10, and you've already got your players back. Ben Bogner, we talk about Caleb Bish and Kane Heyman, the ultimate warriors for these Mohawk Warriors. The triple threat back in action. Caleb Bish and Kane Heyman returned last week in that game against Cary, and they were able to upend Cary to get to this championship game here tonight.
1st and 10. Ball at the 22. Bogner's going to keep it off the right side. Breaks a tackle down near the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at about the 12-yard line.
And Ben Bogner building onto that campaign for arguably the N10 Player of the Year. Coming in tonight, 94 of 161 yards passing for 1,600 yards. And then on the ground, he's able to carry that ball for 120 times for 798 yards on 5 tutties.
Leads the team in passing and rushing for the second year in a row. Ben Bogner stating his case for N10 Player of the Year. 2nd down and 1. That should be a false start, yeah.
Yeah,
that's going to go against the offense there.
Same thing.
It looked like they wanted the snap, but it never came to them. As there's a lot of noise here, folks. Yeah. A lot of noisemakers here on the Seneca East sideline.
This is absolutely one of the loudest venues that we come to for any football game. They are rowdy over here.
And I love the stands because it shakes. The whole stand shake the whole time.
Yeah, the small commonwealth of Attica, Ohio. Everyone turn out for this one, Nate.
2nd down and 6 after the penalty. Bogner back to, no, he's going to take off and run off the left side. Nice block on the left edge.
Oh. But too many Tigers able to come off the edge in pursuit.
Taylor Young coming in to make the stop there off the edge.
Picked up 1 yard on the play, bring up 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5, but they are marching into the Benchwarmers red zone here.
3rd down coming up here at the 17-yard line. Warriors bring a man in motion. That's Heyman. They pitch it to him out to the right side.
Nice read.
Tigers read it well, but Heyman reverses field, cuts it back. Still going to be short of the first, but what a play by Kane Heyman. He saw it all clogged up there on the right and said, hey, I see more green over here.
So we call Megan chicken salad out of chicken, you know what.
4th down and 3 coming up.
Stop dead to rights in the backfield.
Ball at the 15. They need to get it to the 12 to convert here.
Just think, before that false start, it was a 2nd and 1, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Greg.
Great point. 4th and 3. Bogner's going to keep it up the middle.
Ooh,
he should have close to 1st down yardage. We'll see where they mark him. Forward progress should give it to him.
Yeah, remember, we're over here in Attica. You ain't going to get the same
Hang
kind
on.
of home cooking.
Hang on. Let's see where that spot.
Let's see how generous they are on the road.
They're going to call for the measurement here. It's got to be close. Take a look at the replay brought to you by National Machinery.
Just a big old pile of bodies there.
You're going to talk about a pile of bodies. They needed that.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be short, guys.
Oh, it is short. It's just short. The Tigers come up with a stop on defense on 4th and 3.
That could play huge down the road in this 48-minute ball game. As now a turnover on down by the Warriors. Give the Tigers back, and the Tigers are on the board with a score, Greg.
It's huge momentum for the Tigers here, getting the score first on the first drive, and then coming out and stopping them on their opening drive.
Yeah, you try to capitalize on that momentum, get them points, extend that lead. It makes it all that much harder for the Warriors to try to make up that deficit. And again, when you got a run-heavy team and a balanced attack like the Warriors have, it takes you out of your rhythm if you're trying to make up points in this ballgame.
1st and 10. Ball at the 13. Tigers take over after the turnover on downs by the Warriors. Parks rolls to the left. Now reverses field, goes to the right. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Nice stop by that Mohawk defense. Boy, they read that one like a book. 1:45 left here in the first quarter. 6-0 Seneca East on top. Took their opening drive down the field, punched it in, but unable to convert on the extra point.
And again, they were facing the same situation these Mohawk Warriors were, right around the 17-yard line on a 3rd and 11, where Parks was able to make a huge play to convert, and they were able to finish that drive.
Jet sweep action here. Young on the handoff. And Taylor Young picks up about 8. That's a good pickup there. Gives them a manageable 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 3. Yeah.
That's the right roster.
They have Heyman listed as 1 on this roster. He's actually 5. This is from 2023. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm like, what is going on here?
That's funny.
Trying to throw me off.
So if you get a shout out for graduating.
Big 3rd down here, guys, in their own territory.
Sling it left side, incomplete. As they were trying to find Justin Ryder.
He just about had it there, too.
He did. That was close.
Well, a huge stand by these Mohawk Warriors. Going to force these Tigers to punt here. Getting out of some hot water there. After the turnover on downs, when they went for it on 4th, Ben Bogner on that quarterback keeper, unable to convert. It was ruled short. Now they're keeping the offense in.
Oh, wow.
4th down and 3. Maybe they're just trying to get him to jump
Yeah,
here.
I was going to say this.
I can't imagine they'd be going for it here. Well, they're the pooch punt. This is what Seneca East does, Tommy. We forget. That's Phillips' offense right there.
Oh, wow. That punt's going to keep them on the side of the 50, guys.
Chase and Blake Foose used to do that pretty much all the time. They give that look like they're going to go for it, and then they just drop the quarterback back and punt it. We tell you about our friends at ENR Precision Lighting. Folks, it's that time of year. You're thinking about hanging Christmas lights. You're thinking about putting those Christmas lights up. Don't worry about it. You got to do it again every year. You got to take them down at the end of the year. And you got to put them back up. And don't worry about it. Just get with our friends at ENR Precision Lighting. Trim Light is a permanent, programmable holiday lighting system that gives customers the ability to create every holiday or special event throughout the year.
You don't want to be Clark Griswold digging through a box of lights when you could be watching playoff football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Bogner slings it down the right sideline, complete to Heyman. Down to the 30-yard line.
And how did Heyman come back for that to settle in between 2 defenders right there on the sideline? That's what you call a big athletic move. So after the good field position after Pooch punt, the Mohawk Warriors are just, I sound like Dom Homestetter now. The Mohawk Warriors are just about driving into the red zone once again.
38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bogner in the shotgun. Ball at the 31-yard line. Bogner's going to take off with it.
Oh, he just met right there.
Tigers defense coming off their blocks quickly to come up and make the stop after just a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, these Warriors aren't getting much push up front, and when you shed those blocks easily as a defender, that's why Bogner can't get nothing going between the gaps. Got to get a little bit of push.
Big Landon Hicks in there on the stop.
Think they'll run another play here, just let this one go.
3 seconds left. Let's see.
The fastest first
They
quarter
do
of
run
action.
one last snap here in the first quarter. This one's out to Bish on the left side, and it's just a short, actually, no, they're going to say back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So no gain. 3rd and 8 coming up. When we come back, that's the end of the first quarter. Seneca East leading 6-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching the N10 Championship right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Welcome back to the jungle here in Attica, Ohio. Seneca East leading 6-0. Warriors with the ball on a 3rd and 8 at the Tigers' 29-yard line. Bogner in the shotgun. 2 receivers set, rolls to the right. Looking, steps up, delivers down the right side, and it's caught! What a catch! Kane Heyman once again on 3rd down coming up big for the Warriors.
Yeah, he thought about digging, came back for it right on the outside. Bogner led the receiver on that one. What a tremendous focus by Bogner. A senior move there. Look at that.
1st and 10. They're inside the Benchwarmers red zone. Bogner keeps it up the middle. Drug down after a 5-yard gain at the 15.
He treated old Bish like a mule there. Just pushed him ahead. It's like, get going, get going, get going. And a hush seemingly falling over the Seneca East crowd as now these Warriors continue in the drive.
11:23 left here in the first half. Warriors trail by 6. They have possession. And timeout? Timeout called by Seneca East. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's got our weather report brought to you by ENR Precision Lighting. Eric, how's the weather down there, man?
It's actually a beautiful night down here. We got 60 degrees, but, you know, shorts and hey dude weather, you know?
You wearing slippers on the sideline?
Always. It's all about comfort.
So we'll check in with you as the game progresses, because I think it's going to get a little cooler as we go throughout the night here. But it was a little slick field conditions, but it seems to have dried up now, huh?
No, it seems pretty dry down here, and doesn't seem to be affecting them down here. So
there you go. There's your weather report brought to you by ENR Precision Lighting. Thanks, Eric. 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 16. Warriors have possession. Coming out of this timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Bogner in the shotgun, 3 receivers set. Bogner hands off. Caden Bish off the left side, but nothing doing there. Jackson Gayhart in on the stop, as well as Hunter Rathburn there as well.
Look at this. Slips right through in the secondary. Able to get a huge stop. Just these lanes closing quick for the Mohawk Warriors.
I think it was Taylor England in there on the first contact.
I can't believe how quick to the ball these Seneca East Tigers really are.
Back to pass. Bogner takes off to the right, slings it, and it is incomplete. Tried to find Heyman over there on the right side. Bish was also in the area, but 4th down coming up here. Another 4th and 7 here, Tommy.
Well, when you're the Tigers defensively and you got your back in the shadow of the goalpost here, that actually plays in well to the way these Tigers play defensively. You want to play man, they can match up well. You want to play zone, they can match up well. They're so dang quick to the ball that I don't envy any offensive coordinator driving into the red zone against these Tigers.
They got a lot of talent at both levels. Bogner steps up into the end zone. Incomplete, looking for Bish in the back of the end zone.
Oh, they turn it over again.
But Parks on the coverage. And the Warriors turn the ball over on downs for the 2nd time here in the first half.
You see he was being chased out of the pocket there, and he kind of just stood up and kind of tossed that one, just hoping it would get down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg, that frustrates you as an offense. The Warriors on their last drive was at the 17 when the drive stalled out, turnover on downs. And now this time from the 16, Warriors turnover on downs. It's Tigers ball once again. Another chance to tag on to this 6-0 lead here in the N10 Championship.
Yeah, 2 huge defensive stands inside the red zone down there for the Tigers tonight.
Young once again on the carry off the right side. But a solid stop there by Kane Heyman off the left edge. Heyman does a great job defensively for these Warriors.
It's like watching a mirror matchup. Both offenses trying to get going. They got a quick quarterback. They got a balanced attack, unable to get anything going against a pesky, aggressive defense that likes to pin the ears back. And then you go to the other side of the ball. Mohawks facing the same thing, Greg.
You're absolutely right, Tommy.
Shotgun formation for Parks. 2nd down and 7. Handoff. This is Jackson Gayhart on the carry. And he's got it past the 1st down marker. And that's a tough run there, Tommy.
Well, that's what you got to do is you got to absorb that first hit. You know that you're not getting much push up front. You're going to have to absorb that initial contact and try to get them second chance yards as Braxton Jenkins gets pushed off there.
Let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Tommy, I think for both of these teams, obviously, got to score some points here. That's obviously key, but I think defense is definitely the biggest key for Seneca East here tonight. If they can come up with some big stops and limit this Mohawk offense, control the line of scrimmage, that's going to be key for Seneca East. Sustain drives, control the line of scrimmage. I think for Mohawk, though, they've got to control 3rd down. That was my key for them. And so far today, haven't been doing too good on 3rd down, Tommy. And a couple of 4th down tries where they were unsuccessful. So with Mohawk, they've got to figure out a way to finish. They're getting inside the red zone. Now you got to finish. You got to put points on the board somehow.
Yeah, that first drive, that 3rd and 11, they're able to convert that. Not much doing since.
Nicholas Parks, the ball carrier.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right, Nate. If they were doing good on 3rd down, they wouldn't have 2 failed 4th down conversions.
Yeah.
Once again, Eli Chevalier on Parks' tail. Pushed him out of bounds on that last play, getting some pursuit on that one. Now huge third and 4 as Parks is going to tuck it and run.
All kinds of room for Parks. And he's got it up close to the 45-yard line.
And
Nicholas Parks.
Out right at the very end of the play.
We'll see what the call is. Parks is fired up. He has been talking a lot down there. I'll tell you that much right now. There's been a lot of extracurriculars between both teams. But some kind of a penalty after the play.
Look at that face mask.
It must have been an inadvertent face mask. It's just a 5-yard penalty there. But that's tacked onto the end of the run. Puts him at midfield.
We see here on the end of the play.
Yeah, I think just right behind number 24 there on the sideline.
A little bit of a face mask. As Parks sends a man in motion. Young never reset.
Oh, what a catch!
Over the middle.
Justin Ryder. Big time catch down to the 25. They're going to say no.
Young, the motion man, wasn't set, I believe.
An illegal motion penalty against the Tigers.
Motion against the Tigers. Bring that play back. Illegal shift to bring it back.
Yep, illegal shift.
Oh, that's rough.
That's one of the reasons why the defense threw their hands up. I mean, they threw that up immediately. Kind of call off the dogs. Parks had a chance with it there. Ball for not. This one's going to come back. It's going to be a 1st and 15.
Ball at the 45-yard line. Handoff. That's Gayhart on the carry. Another flag flies in.
Wow.
And this one bounced off of a player and back to the ref that threw it.
that 3 plays in a row, 3 flags in a row?
Now offensive holding.
This one's going against the Tigers once again, so this one's going to back them up even more. I wonder where the penalty occurred at. They're going to say from the 45, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty. That'll push them back to the 35.
There's a hold against the Tigers. It takes about 10 more yards from the first down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you've had a magical first half of action here if you're the Tigers, but you can't turn into a pumpkin right now, Cinderella. On this drive, you got a chance to cap onto a lead that you already have taken early on. And these Warriors, the defense isn't going to do you any favors. So if you're going to commit these
Parks, quick pitch, left side.
On TV.
They just tried to catch him off guard there.
You know, and the lead is a great thing to have, guys, but let's not kid ourselves. 6 points is not that much of a lead right now.
You almost have to win by a possession or two in this division, in this league, just because of that, like we talked about. You don't have the luxury of a special team, or you don't have the luxury of an extra point kicker in a lot of these scenarios. A lot of them go awry. So you see a lot of games decided by a 1-point differential based off of missed extra point.
Second down and a mile. 22 to go. Parks trying to take off with it. Looking for a little real estate, but not a whole lot there as he gets it up to about the 42-yard line. But still a long way to go here on third down. Tommy, these last 2 plays, you got first and 25, and they, get a couple yards. Second down and 22, a couple yards. You got to push that ball down the field a little bit here.
Yeah, a couple
But
yards.
I don't think they're trying. I don't think they want to chance it. I don't think they want to take any chances here.
A couple yards here and there isn't going to get it done when you need 25 yards for a first down.
It's almost like Parks makes that read at the line. He adjusts as soon as the ball is snapped, and if he doesn't like it, he's just going to tuck it.
Pressure right away, and a great job to get rid of it there by Parks. Pressure there applied.
Garrett Reinhardt.
By number 64.
Yeah.
Big senior Garrett Reinhardt.
We talked about the king in the north there, Parks. Well, Reinhardt wanted to crown him there.
So a fourth down coming up here. Tigers look to punt. Inside of 6 minutes to play here in the first half. 6-0 Seneca East. Tigers with 2 timeouts. Warriors still with all 3 here in the first half. We knew this was going to be a tough battle. As Parks gets that one away. And it takes a nice bounce down to about the 26-yard line. That's where it's downed by Aiden Zach.
That's going to be the worst field position that these Warriors have to start a drive with, which is good for the Seneca East Tigers, even though the Warriors, they were turned away on 2 separate drives in the red zone. Last drive on the 16, the one prior stalled out at the 17. These Tigers, they're buttoning it up defensively, especially when they are faced in between the 20s. I mean, they're a bend but do not break mentality defensively.
For those of you looking for the Calvert versus Hopewell Loudon game, you can find that over on the X stream. That's exclusively on YouTube tonight. Head on over to heartofohiosports.com. Click on the Watch Live tab. You can find both games live and paywall free as the Chieftains leading the Senecas 12-0 in the second quarter. That one live from Frost County Stadium.
Well, thank you for that update. Brought to you by CLOUSE Construction, Nate.
That's right. Game day updates brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. Bogner back to pass, steps up. Boy, he takes off and runs with it. Picks up the first down and then some. Down to the 40-yard line. Heads-up play by Ben Bogner.
Just tiptoes the sideline. Huge athletic play to convert. And now these Warriors starting to advance towards midfield again, but it doesn't matter. You got to be able to finish one of these drives. You've had 2 drives now. Turnover on downs.
5:41 left here in the first half. Bogner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Over the middle. Has it complete. And dropped right away. Right after the reception. Siki Magallanes on the reception.
Parks on the stop there.
And in CLOUSE, sorry, and in CLOUSE on the reception. My apologies. There's 2 14s listed here. One of them's for JV, so I got to make sure I sort those out before.
In this N10 Championship game between the Mohawk Warriors and the Seneca East Tigers, man, these Warriors, they're all having a phenomenal season, phenomenal fall season. And Bogner in the gun.
They faked it to Heyman. Now Bogner's going to keep it. And not a whole lot of running room there. He picks up maybe a yard before he runs into a wall of Tigers.
When we talk about this turnaround season, winning 2 games last season to playing in the N10 Championship, the Mohawk all around. We just witnessed a volleyball 24-0. Heart of Ohio Sports brought you that district championship between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Mohawk Warriors, which Mohawk ran into a buzzsaw there. But my hat's off for all of you supporting and joining us for that call.
3rd and 4. Bogner steps up, rolls to the right. He's got some running room, and he's got the first down and then some. Close to the 42-yard lines where they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up enough for another first down, brought to you by Bascom Communications. A timeout on the field for an injured player. Let's step aside real quick. We'll be back shortly here. We're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144. Welcome back to the Jungle here in Attica, Ohio. We're live from Tiger Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the 1s and 2s, Eric Hall down on the sidelines, and Austin Rodriguez on the camera. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the Adrenaline Stream.
Huge N10 championship on the line. 6-3, Seneca East Tigers.
First and 10. Ball at the 43. Ben Bogner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Steps up. Delivers it down the field. He's got a man in the end zone. Bish! Touchdown, Mohawk!
And the Warriors get on the board. And they said, screw it, we don't need to go down to the red zone and get turned away. We'll score from midfield.
Woo, what a score. What a pass from Ben Bogner. Led him perfectly in stride.
Yeah, just a dime in a bucket there.
Well, you couldn't have placed that one any better. Bish didn't even have to break stride for that one. Big time play for the Warriors.
Right back in this one. Showing that there is showing that armor can be breached. And that gives you a huge sigh of relief, but there's going to be a penalty there on the extra points.
I'd probably just decline it. Oh, wait, never mind. That's going to give the Warriors a chance to
try it again.
Re-kick it. And actually, if you're Mohawk, do you think about possibly going for it here? You got to move it down to the 1 yard line.
Oh, yeah.
No. They're going to kick it.
Well, a chance to take the lead, whether it's a lot or by one. That's all you got to win by.
On to attempt the extra point, Cameron Esch. And the extra point is up, and it's good. So give me another shot, and I got it. Esch knocks it through. Boy, that was nice, Greg. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
This is something I'm playing with today.
That's why they call him the Wizard, folks. 4:07 left to play. It's 7-6 Mohawk. Now, if you're Seneca East, what do you do here, Tommy? How do you answer?
I don't think you let that deter you at all. I mean, you don't want to call that you don't want to call that something that caught you sleeping, but
no,
you know, you were ready for it. You're expecting that to happen. Just it didn't go your way. Like we talked about, this defense by the Tigers have been outstanding, especially in the red zone. That one-on-one matchup, sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them, and now as an offense, now you got to answer back.
That's right.
What was the penalty on that kick?
It was offsides, encroachment on the defense.
I don't think they made that kick.
They didn't.
So that would have been a 6-6 game if they hadn't committed that penalty.
Yeah. Eric, what do you got? What if you're Seneca East here, how do you answer? Uh-oh.
Kick it away. I heard him for a second.
To hear you guys.
Hey, there you go.
Hey there. I can hear myself now. This is the first time I've been able to hear you guys. That touchdown really took this crowd out of it. They were like a 12th man this whole game, and it's your microphone that's picking it all up this time, so I get to hear it. And this is the first time I've been able to hear you clearly.
That's
get this crowd back in it again.
Absolutely.
We might be able to get on a big return, but we see some laundry thrown out over there, Greg.
Yeah. Big man was moving on that return.
Yeah.
28 yard stands there in the top for the Warriors.
There's going to be a hold on the return team.
So that's going to cost the Tigers some real estate. They had that one back to the 41-yard line. That'll push them back to about the 30.
That's their 5th penalty in the past 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And they wonder why they're now trailing by a point. You can't allow the wheels to come off. You came out, you drew first blood, you capitalized, then you had 2 turnaways. And now, after some mental miscues, the penalties start to add up. And now you've allowed Mohawk to cap off a huge drive. And now you also put yourself behind the 8 ball to start this drive.
Pistol set. Parks, handoff. Gayhart on the carry.
Just falls forward for about 7 yards.
Yeah.
See him stretch out there at the end. Woo.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just get a little more forward momentum. Probably picked him up an extra 2 yards there. Score update brought to you by Klaus Construction. Hopewell Loudon leading Calvert 19-0 now in the second quarter.
Those Chieftains, man.
Parks back to pass on 2nd and 5. Heaves it down the right side, and he is incomplete. Ooh. That's a good no call there by the refs, as underthrown ball caused the receiver to have to try to come back for it.
Nice play on the ball by Schimpf.
Absolutely.
I think that's Schimpf 4?
Yeah, Mason Schimpf.
I can remember him. He's always a huge threat.
Yeah, and they both kind of had hands on each other there, too, so good no call there.
Well, and Schimpf had his head around. He was looking for the ball, so you can't call that. That's a good play.
Now, very quickly, these Tigers facing a 3rd and 6. Talked about starting this drive from behind the 8 ball after the holding penalty on the return. Brings up 3rd and 6.
A quick pitch. Young trying to find the right side. Boy, that Mohawk defense was all over it.
Ben Bogner
eating him up right at the line.
Says, "Hey, normally I'm on the other side of the ball too. It's nice to meet you."
You got a timeout here?
Yeah, timeout called by Mohawk. That's their first. They still have 2 remaining. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's use this time and thank our sponsors, folks, because without them, well, we wouldn't be here to bring this great ball game to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, Drawn to the Surface, Klaus Construction, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Lander's Strength Syndicate, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, Klaus Electric, E&R Precision Lighting, Bascom Communications, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. That's a lengthy sponsor list this week for this one.
Coach Eric Daniels calls that timeout. No stranger to what Coach Ed Phillips is accustomed to doing. Might be trying that Coach Philly special.
A pooch kick, and this one's going to be a short one. Out of bounds, probably right around the 45-yard line. And that's going to be great field position once again for the Warriors. The Tigers that special teams tonight has been a thorn in their side. You talk about the punting game just not being there for them so far. The extra point miss, not being able to get it done in the kicking game or the kick return game, coverage.
Yeah, you can have all the weapons. You can be as stout of a defense as you want, but if you don't have all three phases of the game, you put yourself in a bad spot. And that's, again, these Warriors are going to have a nice spot to start this drive as they'll start this one from the 45.
3 receiver set, shotgun formation for Mohawk. Bogner stands at the 40-yard line. He's going to take off and run with it. Off the left side, when he falls forward. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward for a couple yards.
So he should get 3 or 4 on there.
Down to about the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up. 2:45 left to play here in the first half. It's 7-6 Mohawk. Another score update brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. Let's keep an eye on this one. Monroeville 14, St. Paul 6. The Flyers looking to hand the Monroeville Eagles their first loss, and also their first loss in the Firelands Conference as well. Bogner steps up down the right side, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find his intended receiver down there, I believe. That was number 24. And I don't have a number for him. Darn it.
Well, on our roster sheet reads Andrew Woodland.
Yeah, it is Andrew Woodland. You are right.
But,
correct.
Talk about Robinson on the coverage. You like these one-on-one matchups downfield. Refs, the officials, letting them play out here in this N10 Championship. We're talking almost 2:19 remaining here in the first half of action, and it's been a tight one, folks.
3rd and 8. Ball at the 48-yard line. Bogner in the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the right. Back to pass. They're trying to set up the screen. The defense read it beautifully.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
As soon as the lineman disengaged, every defensive lineman said, wait, where am I at?
Yeah.
Where am I at?
I saw that. I saw the defensive lineman pursuing to the quarterback to the backfield, and he stopped.
They were not falling for that at all. Beautifully read by that Seneca East defense, forcing a 4th down.
Got to extend that playbook more than a screen on 3rd down.
4th and 8. They keep the offense on the field. Bogner in the shotgun. Trying to draw him off sides with the hard count. It'll be hard pressed to get this Seneca East team to jump here. And they'll call a timeout.
As I say, with this crowd, how could they even hear the hard count?
I was going to say, I don't even think that's a factor at this point, you know? The timeout called by Mohawk with 1:32 left to play here in the first half. Keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Eric, you got something for us? Uh-oh. I had you.
Yeah, something that could become a factor is this wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It may have affected that last pass that was off just a bit.
So it may have affected the last pass. I see the flags on the goalposts right now. Yeah, you're right, Eric. It has picked up a little bit, so we'll see how that affects.
I think I hear Eric's knees knocking down there, too.
It's getting a little colder with that breeze.
Is it getting a little chillier?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for that update, Eric. Once again, weather report brought to you by E&R Precision Lighting. 4th down and 8 coming up. Let's see what the Warriors decide to do here. I believe they're going to punt it away. Ben Bogner back deep to punt for the Warriors.
Game this close, they got to play his field position here.
Tigers show blitz. And Bogner able to get it away, but it's a short punt. This one goes out of bounds.
Yeah, we've seen that come back to bite the Mohawk Warriors a few times where you're like, they probably would have been better off just going for it.
We'll see where they spot the ball here. I think it's going to be right at the 47-yard line. So that is going to be a 4-yard punt.
But not everybody's Nostradamus and can see that coming.
6-yard punt, sorry, 6-yard punt.
Stay tuned for our halftime show. Speaking of Nostradamus, that will be coming out of the break and out of the halftime, but during halftime, don't forget to catch the marching bands presented by FORTE Music, bringing you the halftime show here on Heart of Ohio Sports during this N10 Championship. Don't go anywhere after the half as FORTE Music bringing you the halftime show.
Nicholas Parks going to keep it. Oh, he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. That's got to be Kane.
Yeah, Nicholas Parks and wrecked right there at midfield by Kane Heyman. Like that, Greg?
Yeah. Took me a second. Parks and wrecked.
2nd and 7. Ball at midfield. Parks looking. Steps up. Delivers it down the right sideline.
Ooh.
Incomplete. He was looking for Bryler Beamer. Beamer comes up a little sore after that one. We'll see. Looks like he's okay.
Yeah, he made a move inside, and sometimes you just feel that cat. Well, I shouldn't be talking about making moves inside, but just football moves in general. You feel a little bit there in the calf there.
The only moves to the side you make are the sides at Chicago Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 7. Parks looking, rolling around in the pocket, trying to find somebody. Just has to get rid of it. Throws it up, and it is picked off.
Why would you throw
Caleb Bish comes up with the interception at the 40-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
But he was dead to rights in the backfield just trying to get rid of it. I think he was just trying to throw it out of bounds. But he just didn't get enough on it to get it out of bounds.
That's a great point, Nate. You see it right there, too. Aiming for the sideline. Thrown off of his back foot as he's being taken down is Parks.
Eric, you were down there right next to the coach there. What did Coach Phillips have to say?
Yeah, he asked him what he was doing. He said, I was trying to throw it away.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough play there.
So we love having Eric there on the sideline to pick up that on-field perspective you find right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
So the Warriors take over after the turnover. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Oh, we got some pizza.
Now, why are you getting pizza when there's ribeyes over here?
Oh, you and the ribeyes.
Bish on the little quick pitch off to the right side. He's into the open, and he's tackled just before he gets to the red zone. I think he's going to be marked down right at the 27-yard line. But Caleb Bish, once again, big play for the Warriors.
Bish turns on the boosters there. 35 seconds left here in the half. I imagine that they were going to go into some kind of play action, some kind of pass that was going to go down deep. But there, man, what a way. I kind of got on him for the screen, but Bish making a huge impact. And they're already marching into the opponent territory from the 27 now.
1st and 10. Bogner back to pass, looking. Over the middle,
there it is.
Into the end zone, but nobody's home. Little misread there, as I think he was expecting Bish to take a path towards the pylon.
Yeah, almost like a deep post.
But that's just not there. Wind once again picking up. I can see it off the goalposts. Blowing into the face of the Warriors. 30 seconds left here in the first half. Warriors trying to add to their lead before we go to the halftime. Second down and 10. Bogner back to Pat. No, he's going to take off and run up the middle. Slung down just past the 25 to about the 24-yard line. But a timeout called by Mohawk. That's their final timeout, Tommy. So with 24 seconds left, you call your last timeout.
I think that's the right call.
Third down. Well, yeah, I mean.
Well, 2nd down, it's not there. You go ahead, tuck it and run. Try to shorten the field a little bit. Give yourself a little bit extended playbook there from the red zone. You don't get it, then you call the timeout. I think that was the right. I like that 2nd down call by Coach Eric Daniels. Of course, how many years have we known him now?
Yeah.
Talking football with him, it's sitting on the learning tree, but also it's almost like a mirror matchup we talked about between these two teams. But coach's style, man, I tell you what, Eric Daniels, that's my kind of coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can almost get into his head and see his thought process.
3rd down
But you can do that on the Coach's Corner every Tuesday.
That's right. 3rd down and 6. Ball at the 23.
Chance to build on to this lead heading into the locker room after the first 24 minutes of action in this N10 Championship. On the road, these Mohawk Warriors. Burning their last time out. They can't take it with them. Now you got to believe the Seneca East Tigers are going to try to see what the Warriors are drawing up here, and then they might take a timeout even.
You think they drew up 2 plays there during that timeout, guys?
That should be the call here. 3rd down and 6. 3 receivers set, or 2 receivers, 3 here on the near side. Bogner over the middle, complete! Woodland down at the 1 yard line.
And that burnt timeout.
But they're going to have to be quick up to the line to spike it. The clock will stop long enough to reset the chains. Bogner quickly spikes it. 15 seconds left here in the first half. But a 2nd down and goal coming up at the 2.
One time you love those old school, high school rules.
Yeah. They were quick up to the line. You talk about, I mean, that's great execution there by the Mohawk offense to get up there. Very little time wasted between the end of that play and the spike.
Well, I mean, is this a 2-play? Is this 2 plays, or do you just try to throw it here, or you just try to run it in?
Yeah, you throw it here, and then you try to run it in after. Oh, that's going to be an illegal shift against the Warriors. Now, with them not having any... No, that's the NFL. Never mind. I was thinking 10-second runoff. That's not even a thing in high school, so...
You watch too much sports, Nate.
I do.
That's what your deal is. You watch so much sports on so many levels, you get things confused.
Well, when that happens, that's why we reaffirm exactly what that situation is.
Yeah.
That's why I always turn to you for the big... For the rule book, because Nate always has a great explanation on why things are happening the way they are here at the high school level.
2nd and 6, or 2nd and goal at the 6. 15 seconds left.
The milk jugs are a-shaking here in Attica.
Boy, listen to that crowd. Wow. What an atmosphere here in the jungle.
I'm looking for that play-action rollout once again if I'm the Seneca East defense. Seneca East call timeout.
Timeout, Seneca East. So keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Let me tell you about my friend Josh Landers with Landers Strength Syndicate. Offering weightlifting and training services to all area athletes, Josh Landers specializes in injury prevention and weight training. If you or your student athlete find themselves dealing with soft tissue injuries, Josh will work with you to develop a plan that will put you on the best path to core strength and joint stability. Find Landers Strength Syndicate on Instagram. See for yourself why the strongest athletes train at Landers Strength Syndicate.
What a great service to provide, as again, there's a whole wealth of information out there, but there's a whole wealth of misinformation, and if you're training incorrectly, you're prone to injuries. If you're not doing the things right, that's why you need to go to the professionals, and they'll work with your athlete and get them to the very top, but also do it functionally.
Second and goal at the 6. Warriors trying to add to their lead here. Tigers trying to tighten it down and keep this a 1-point game. Bogner in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Woodland in the front corner of the end zone. Actually, yeah, it was Andrew Woodland.
And the Tigers, they sniffed out that rollout. They brought the linebacker, tried to put him to the backside A-gap there to blitz him and try to get some penetration there to put Bogner on the run, maybe meet him as he rolls out. Not the case, though. Incomplete pass in the back of the end zone. I'm looking, if I'm the Tigers, I'm thinking about running the same type of scheme defensively. Bring that blitz.
3rd and goal. 12 seconds left. Bogner looking, steps up, into the end zone, just had to throw it away. Nobody there.
Yes, that's exactly, again, you dial it up because you create that uncomfortable pressure.
But now, 4th down and goal at the 6. 6 seconds left.
They're going to try the field goal unit out, right?
I think that's going to be the call here. And I believe this is going to be Cameron Esch.
Ideally, you always want to leave 0 out there when you come off the field as a defense, but I'll take 3 over 6 any day. We'll see, though. The Tigers doing a tremendous job holding strong as the Warriors found themselves half the distance to the goal at one point. This one from the 6.
Warriors line up. This will be from 23. It's up. It's good. No, it's left. Wide left. I thought it was good from here, Tommy.
Yeah.
Boy, the angle looked good, but he missed it. And so 3 seconds left. Tigers will take over at their own 6-yard line. I imagine this is just going to be a kneel down. We'll take it to halftime most likely here. But what a stop by that Tigers defense. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line after that big play from Bogner to Bish down to the 1. But, wheels came off there.
But do not break mentality by these Tigers. Again, they were caught sleeping when the Warriors caught them for 6 earlier from right around midfield, but that time right on the goal.
That was the 3rd time they've been stopped inside the Benchwarmers red zone, Tommy. Big time stops for this Tigers defense. They trail by 1. It's 7-6 as we head to halftime. Our halftime show brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. We'll have the halftime marching band performance brought to you by Forte Music. Don't go anywhere, folks. That's coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
1979. Enjoy the next, My Sharona. Rock show wouldn't be a classic rock show without even more cowbell. Sit back and relax and enjoy the Blue Oysters Colts' Don't Fear the Reaper. We hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great night and go Warriors!
That's my favorite.
This year, the Seneca East High School Marching Band is bringing the legendary sounds of the Jackson family to life on the field, showcasing a medley of hits that are sure to bring you to your feet. Our seniors decided to dedicate this show to Michael Jackson, commemorating the 15th anniversary of his passing. At this time, please welcome our Seneca East Tiger Pride. Originally released in 1983, this iconic anthem, with its unforgettable guitar riff and powerful anti-violence message, became an instant classic. We hope to bring you the energy and intensity of Beat It!
They left on that Wednesday, and he was and they got out there
taking us back to 1969. This Motown hit was the debut single of the Jackson 5, featuring a young Michael Jackson's soulful voice. I Want You Back is a reminder of why the Jackson 5 remains one of the most beloved musical groups of all time.
And they love that.
We end our Michael Jackson tribute with a catchy bass line and edgy vibe. This piece is one of Michael Jackson's most famous tracks from his 1987 album, Bad. Here is Smooth Criminal. Thank you to the parents, family, friends, and guests for your incredible support for all the musicians tonight. And thank you to all the seniors. Go Tigers!
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. CLOUSE Construction, located in New Riegel, Ohio, is one of the top design-build general contractors. Clouse Construction Corporation takes pride in giving their customers the best possible products and service. From conception design to completion, Clouse Construction will handle every aspect of your project. Please call Clouse Construction at 419-448-1365 or visit their website at clouseconstruction.com. Remember Clouse Construction for all your building and construction needs. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to the jungle here in Attica, Ohio. We're live at Tiger Stadium for the N10 Championship right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. The Wizard, Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. Austin Rodriguez on the camera. And Eric Hall down on the sidelines. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the halftime show brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. Hope you enjoyed that marching band performance presented by Forte Music. But now, it's time. It is time for everyone's favorite segment, Nostradamus. Tommy, how's this second half going to go?
Well, you've seen a great first 24 minutes of action here in the N10 Championship, and I don't expect anything to be any different here in the second half. Both teams, they're hammering out tooth and nail, but it's going to come down ultimately to the team that makes the least amount of mistakes. I know that's an old cliche, but you watched it right there towards the end of that first 24 minutes of action. 6 penalties within the span of 5 minutes for those Seneca East Tigers, allowing the Mohawk Warriors to put themselves in key positions defensively and on the offense to where the Seneca East Tigers weren't able to capitalize on a drive, a gifted drive after a turnover on downs because of the penalties, and then the Mohawk Warriors able to take it downfield and put some points on the board. These Tigers weren't able to answer back. They threw an interception right before the end of the half. The Warriors got down to the 1, but a strong defensive stand by these Seneca East Tigers kept it a 1-point game after the missed field goal attempt. Here in the second half, these Tigers, I think they look sharp defensively. They got the home field advantage. You got the milk jug shaking here in Tiger Stadium, and this rumble in the jungle for the N10 Championship. I think these Seneca East Tigers, they button those mental miscues up. They got a really good chance to cruise this one out. They had to come back still and put some more points on the board, but I think these Seneca East Tigers, they're hard to argue with defensively, and I think that is going to be the key difference here in these final 24 minutes.
I appreciate the input from one of our from one of our viewers here. It was not who I thought it was on the kick attempt. I had Cameron Esch. It is actually Brant Kirian. Now, they gave us a 2023 Mohawk football roster up here, so we're really trying our best, folks. So I appreciate your patience with us as we work our way through this broadcast. But most of these players are from last year, Tommy. This was a team that they were really young last year. They took a lot of lumps last year, 2-8 for this Mohawk Warriors team last year. But now they're looking to right that ship and reverse that record with a win here today. They'd be 8-2 on the season with an outright N10 title.
Last week they took down Cary for the first time in how many years was it, Nate?
I think it was since 2019 was the last time they beat them.
Cary's just been mowing through the N10 for years now.
And coincidentally, that was the last time that Mohawk won the N10 title, was back in 2019 or 2018. Either way, both of these teams, it's been a while since they have sniffed the gold here in the N10 because Cary really, they've been riding out that top spot for a long time. Ever since that state title run back in 2020, they've been the top spot. They've been in that pecking order right at the top of the list. But Seneca East and Mohawk doing battle here tonight, trying to figure out who's going to take home the N10 championship. And here in the second half, Tommy, like you said, if these Tigers take care of business and clamp down on the mental miscues, I think they got a chance to come away with a win here in the second half. But the Warriors, I tell you what, that defense has looked really good, Tommy.
Well, you can't take anything away from the Mohawk defense. The 2 losses they have on the season, they've lost by a combined less than 8 points.
Yep.
And I tell you what, that's hard to you're talking almost – that's the difference between 8-2 and 10-0. I mean, those Mohawk Warriors, they've just had it slip past them here in this second half. They've played a tremendous first half of action. They gotta stay strong mentally. But, again, it's going to come down to who wants it more. In this N10, nothing is given. Everything is earned. You're going to have to earn every inch, every yard, every score here in this N10 Championship as we get ready for the second half of action. Do us a favor, folks. Like, subscribe, share this post. Let them know, hey, the N10 Championship is on. Heart of Ohio Sports, and we got the Seneca East Tigers representing Tiger Nation. We can't thank all of you enough for your continued support. But the Mohawk Warriors over there in Sycamore, gotta show love to them. Also making the trek over here to Attica. It's fun following a lot of them on 67.
For sure. Let's get some game day updates before the start of the second half here. Game day updates brought to you by CLOUSE Construction as the team captains meet at midfield. Of course, as everyone knows, the choice in the first half is most of the time deferred to the second half. Whoever wins the coin toss will defer to the other team. They will make the choice. And then in the second half, did you know, Tommy, that the other team can still defer as well if they wanted to?
Yeah.
They don't have to make a call here. Obviously, you would want to. Everybody does. But there is an option here. That's why it's deferred to the second half. So, once again, you'll see the Mohawk Warriors on defense here to start the second half as they received the opening kickoff, went down the field, and I believe it was the Tigers on the field first, correct? Nevertheless, Tigers went down the field on their opening possession, punched it in for 6, but missed the extra point. Then Mohawk had a couple of failed fourth down conversions before they were able to get points on the board via a 40-yard touchdown pass from Ben Bogner to Caleb Bish. And that's where we stand. It's 7-6. Mohawk on top of Seneca East. Tigers will kick off to start the second half. Score updates brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. Perkins leading Tiffin Columbian 28-7 at halftime. Clyde leading Norwalk 27-0 in the second half. Hopewell Loudon over Calvert 26-0 in the third quarter. And here we are. I told you to keep an eye on this one. St. Paul and Monroeville tied at 14 apiece. And that one is in the third quarter. Opening kickoff goes out of bounds, so the Warriors will take over their opening possession of the second half from the 35-yard line. And that's not what you want, Tommy. I know that some teams have that strategy of keeping it out of the hands of the return team. And Kane Heyman, dangerous. Caleb Bish, dangerous return men back there. But
I think the inability for these Tigers to flip the field has
they declined the penalty, Tommy. They're going to make them kick it again.
Has ultimately, in a lot of these last-second scenarios, cost the Tigers to where, again, that's where they've suffered some of those losses. In the final moments, giving the ball to the offense almost right at midfield in each of those occasions.
Absolutely. 7-6 Mohawk. Tigers set to kick it off. And this one will be a short kick, but it'll be fielded at about the 20-yard line. Caleb Bish on the return. And he's going to be brought down at about the 40-yard line. So they get a couple more yards, but about 6 yards extra on top of the penalty there.
You got to love it. You get a better return than the illegal procedure penalty. But nonetheless, these Warriors, they'll start from the 41.
Once again, excellent field position for Mohawk. Let's see them get some momentum here. They ended their last drive at the 6-yard line as that handoff goes to Caleb Bish. Actually, it's Caden Bish on the carry.
A 4-3 look to start things by the Tigers defensively. That zone, Bish just came right through. Huge gain on first down. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, picked up almost all the yards they needed for another first down. Big time run.
Second down and 1. Ball at midfield. Bogner in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking. Heaves it down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. A flag flies in. That's going to be offensive pass interference.
That's going to be OPI.
Because I'm telling you what, Bryler Beamer had a beat on that one, and he probably could have picked that off if he wouldn't have been held. It was an overthrown ball by Bogner, and that'll be from the original spot, 15-yard penalty. So that'll move them back from midfield all the way back to the 35-yard line, Tommy. Unless it's a holding.
Oh, hold on a minute here. I thought he just signaled to the Tigers as it being against them.
Oh.
Let's see here. What maybe you just...
Wait a second.
Yeah, I could have swore I just saw
Did they just...
Yeah, I could have swore. Yeah. Yeah.
How you going to call that pass interference on the defense when the offense
The ball was 10 yards over his head.
Yeah, I don't know if I caught that on a replay. I'll check here, but wow. Nope, it's too late.
I just don't understand that call at all. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm very confused myself, guys. That ball was sailing over his head.
All the easier for these Mohawk Warriors as they're driving from the 36 now.
Bogner going to keep it. Tigers come up with a stop after just a 2-yard gain. Down to the 34.
What a swing of momentum that was.
That's huge. That is huge, for sure. They mark it at the 33, so 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Bish. He falls forward for a couple up to about the 30.
Looks like he's just trying to army crawl his way through there for a first down.
And a ball marked at the 30-yard line. 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 4.
No wasted motion by these Warriors.
3 receivers here on the near side. Hard count trying to draw the defense, but Tigers stay home. They do show blitz off the right side. They bring it. Penalty flag flies in. Wait. Okay, it's offsides against the offense. I'm like, how? He must have been lined up offsides, Tommy, because they threw that flag right away.
Look at that. I've seen a lot of guys kind of look back up after the hard count. If you're a down lineman, just stay set.
Yep.
Don't be looking around me like, oh, what's going on?
Have your hands in the dirt. It's got to stay there. 3rd and 9. Bogner over the middle. Incomplete. Trying to find an intended target somewhere around the 20-yard line, but nobody home. 4th and 9 coming up.
Yeah, there's just no holes in that zone there.
Yeah. They're going to keep the offense on the field here. Hang on, wait. No, I think they are going to punt the ball away here. Play field position. You've been winning that battle the entire game. Play field position here. That's a great call by Eric Daniel. As he's going to punt this one away and try to pin the Tigers deep. Tigers don't even have a return man back because they're playing the fake. Possibly showing some pressure here on the punt. Bogner gets it away. This one's going to hit at the 5, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
And now you kick a ball that actually goes a few yards when you don't want it to.
Frustrating.
Oh, my goodness.
But the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First offensive possession here of the second half. And Tommy, that's frustrating for the Warriors because they had some momentum going there.
Yeah, and again, we're better off going for it on 4th down. You only negate 5 yards from where these Tigers will start.
Nine minutes and 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Warriors lead 7-6. Nicholas Parks brings a man in motion. They're going to fake it to the motion man. Parks is going to keep it off the right side, trying to find some running room. He's got it up near the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 30-yard line. That should be good enough to move the chains. Actually, just shy. They're going to mark him just shy at the 29.
That's a great job there on the counter, especially against that 4-3 look. Just follow your guard downhill.
That's right. 2nd and a yard. Pistol set here for the Tigers. Nicholas Parks slings it. Left side complete. That's Young on the reception. He's got it to the first down marker and passed up to the 42-yard line. Tackle on the play by Caleb Bish. Boy, Bish, when he comes up and hits you, you're going to feel it, Tommy. He stops people dead in their tracks when he comes up and lays the wood.
And now these Tigers starting to move. About 8:30 here in the third. Sends a man in motion, Beamer in motion with the handoff on the sweep.
Bryler Beamer up to about the 48-yard line. Good for 5 yards. That'll set him up with a 2nd and 5. Of course, that last first down brought to you by Bascom Communications. Another one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Second down and 5 for the Tigers.
Second down and 5. Inside of 8 minutes to play in the third. They fake it to the motion man. Park's going to keep it off the right side.
Oh, what a way to
Boy, that
call
second
ahead.
effort. That second effort was all they needed to pick up the first down. And the Tigers, this drive starting out at their own 20-yard line, finding some momentum on the offensive side of the ball. Those halftime adjustments are key, Tommy. A lot of coaches will tell you they don't make any adjustments, but we know better. A lot of times it's just about getting your guys to play better. Execute. If you're trailing after a half, just go in and tell your guys to execute. That's standard coach talk, though. That's what they're telling you. You spent some time in a locker room before at halftime. How much truth is there to that? Coaches don't really like to make halftime adjustments.
I think there's no truth to that whatsoever. The coach will come in, they'll tell you everything that you did wrong, and they're going to tell you how we're going to correct it coming out of the locker room, or your butt's going to be on the bench.
And Young
snipped that one right out.
Great job by that Mohawk defense. Owen Patrizzi in on the stop, as well as number 64, Garrett Reinhardt.
Omen Hammond there getting in there, helping with the stop.
Oh, wow, he lost a couple of yards.
Yeah. 3rd down and 11 coming up. So we talked about that momentum quickly. Facing a 3rd and long here for the Tigers. 3 receiver set, pistol formation. Parks, actually 4 receivers out there. Parks looking, over the middle, has a man complete to the 30. And out of bounds past the 30-yard line is Taylor Young. And a first down on 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. That first down brought to you by Bascom Communications.
It's a beautiful throw there.
Yeah. And the patience to stand there in the pocket when he's getting pressure at his face. Hey, I know where my guy is. Calm and collected. Parks going to keep it off the right side. And he's got it forward to about the 24. Should be about 4 yards on the gain. 2nd down and about 6 coming up for the Tigers.
And this is where you start getting in deep waters when you play in the N10. What you do between the 20s, that's one thing. But once you get there, you start marching into the Benchwarmers red zone. That's where the defense, they start getting a little meaner there.
That's right. Handoff. Gayhart off the right side. Cuts it back inside. And he's got it down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, that's tough. Mohawk defense. They are officially in the Benchwarmers red zone, these Seneca East Tigers. We're going to see what happens when you get a rattlesnake cornered against this Mohawk defense.
Jackson Gayhart leading the team in rushing, coming into this one at 351 yards on 82 carries, 4 touchdowns on the year. Good for 4.3 yards per carry. 3rd down and 2. Let's see what Ed Phillips and his staff draw up here. Man in motion is Beamer. Parks off the left side. Looks like he's got the first. Nice job as Patrizzi comes in, as well as Caleb Bish and Kane Heyman. But Owen Patrizzi, the 2nd leading tackler in the N10 with over 100 tackles on the season, Tommy. Dynamite comes in small packages, and that kid, boy, he can lay some, can give you some thump.
Yeah, I don't know what Parks had for breakfast, but he's going to need more of it as he tried to power ahead. Just a little light there.
Picked off! Caden Bish to the 40. And oh, what a block by the referee! To the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Mohawk! And the referee lays out Parks, who had an angle to make the tackle. Wow.
Heard of the officials helping the team. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that.
I've never seen an official lay a block before on a pick return, but pick 6 for the Warriors.
And once again, these Warriors find themselves on the board off of an improbable situation. But
just watch how he jumps up and just snags this out of the air.
What a turnover here. Bish.
Nope, that's not.
Puts his big hands up.
Look at that snag.
Snatch it up.
I think I might have hit the replay before the ref got his block. No, right there it is. He's trying to get the block.
No. He would have
See, he had the angle. He had the angle.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
I can't stop looking at it.
No.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great.
So the 6-foot, 190-pound Caden Bish comes up with a huge pick 6.
The biggest play of the year for Bish. And the Warriors look to go for 2 here potentially to take a 2-possession lead. This would put them up by 9 if they're able to get this one. I formation. Bogner rolls out, throws it to the right, complete. Wow. 2-point conversion is good, and the Warriors lead by 9.
Look at that, Andon CLOUSE on the reception.
Andon CLOUSE comes down with it and takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Wow.
Yeah, I don't have a graphic queued up for that one. I wasn't expecting that one here tonight.
Shoo! Wow.
But I also wasn't expecting a huge interception return like that. What a play. What an absolute game-changing play right there.
Well, that time, that 3rd and 11 situation proved dire for the Tigers as Bish just read that play right at the line of scrimmage, put his big paws up if he wasn't going to get an angle at it, and came away with it.
When Parks just he tried to just kind of float that one out there, Tommy, just kind of give some touch on it. And, I tell you, Bish was right there.
I want to know what his vertical is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable jumps there.
I sure hope he plays basketball because, man, he got some ups on that one. So it's 15-6. Mohawk on top.
You know he plays basketball.
I know Caden plays basketball. I don't know about Caleb. I'm sorry, other way around. I know Caleb plays basketball. I don't know about Caden.
So after the pick 6, the Warriors now with a nice lead, 15-6, leading by 9, making it a true 2-possession ball game here. Touches the return man.
Just has to fall on that one.
Yeah, you got to fall on it, Greg. It'll be fielded about 31-yard line.
My phone's going off in my pocket, and I'm like, why is my phone going off? Who keeps texting me during the game? Like, who is texting me? You know I'm working right now. Who would be texting me during? Oh, it's my sideline reporter, Eric. What was that, Eric?
I'm trying to work too, man.
He says, call.
I'm trying to work too. What are you doing on your phone texting people then?
I'm getting paid to surf the internet. He gets that GIF I just sent him.
Quick pitch to the left. Tripped up in the backfield. Wow. Mason Schimpf coming up to make the stop. But that's not working tonight, Tommy. That play's just not been there for the Tigers.
Must have super glue on his hands or something. The way he tripped him up with just one hand quickly like that. Impressive.
Yeah, he got his finger right in that bunny knot. Tripped him up by his shoelace.
2nd and 9. Nicholas Parks rolls to the right, slings it, and it's picked off once again. Another interception. This one, Garrett Reinhardt on the interception. Flag flies in at the end of the play.
Oh, man.
But what a pick once again. Parks just trying to put a little too much touch on that one, Tommy. Just tried to float that one out there. And I'll tell you, man, Reinhardt was right there.
And that is something I've noticed from some of the footage we've had of Parks this year is that his passes do have a little bit of a touch like that. They float a little bit. And, maybe this Mohawk defense has noticed that and said, hey, we can get up underneath of those.
I think that was probably a point of emphasis this week in practice because it's clearly been something they've been trying to keep an eye on here in the second half. They're just jumping up and snagging those out of the air.
I mean, for two quarterbacks that are so much alike, I think their throwing styles are completely different.
And that's a personal foul against the Tigers.
So if you look at Ben Bogner's passes, he throws like a bullet pass. It's a real quick pass, but yeah.
Yeah, you can't unravel here.
I think Taylor Young's mom's about to go down there and give those referees what for. I've heard her up here. She is not happy.
I don't think anybody here on this Attica side is very happy right now. It got very quiet over here.
Parks. Actually, this is Bogner. Off to the right for Heyman. He's into the open, to the 10, to the 5, and driven down at the 1.
What a play.
What a stop by the Tigers.
Where did he throw him out there just before he crossed the end zone?
Yeah, gang.
Oh, I got a hold?
And I believe penalty's going to go against the Warriors. And I don't believe Logan Heminger agrees with that call. He's pointing the other way, saying, no, that was on them. They were holding me. Hang on. That one goes against the Warriors. It'll back the ball up to the about the 27-yard line.
Good play by the Warriors. Goes for naught, though, as these Warriors, they've still yet to get on. They were able to get on the board early on in this game. And then that pick 6 extended this lead. Let's see what this Mohawk Warrior can do to finish the drive here in the third quarter.
1st and 20. Bogner, handoff. That's Bish. And Caden Bish, the ball carrier, gets it up to about the 25. Just a 2-yard gain. Take a look at the scores from around the area, brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. As Hopewell Loudon leading Calvert 26-0. Clyde on top of Norwalk 34-0. Perkins leading Tiffin Columbian 28-7. That game in the fourth quarter now. Lakota leading Woodmore 14-7. And tied up again, 21 apiece between Monroeville and St. Paul. 2nd down and 18. Bogner slings it left side, complete to Heyman. Stopped immediately by that Tiger defense as Bryler Beamer comes up to make the stop.
Yeah, these Tigers, they're not as overzealous in their pursuit right now, allowing Ben Bogner plenty of time in the pocket to make some great reads, and they're moving the ball fine. These Warriors, they're starting to move the ball here in the second half.
Capitalizing on a couple of turnovers here. Can they get more points off turnovers? 3rd and 7. Bogner in the shotgun. Attica faithful on their feet. Bogner steps up into the pocket. Pressure. Throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Heyman in the back of the end zone.
That's defense.
The Tigers come up with a stop on 3rd down. Now it's 4th down. And we go back to those keys to the game brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. I said, these Tigers, they got to do a good job of shutting down the Warriors on third down. Well, that's been the case tonight. They've done a good job on third down. And a couple of fourth down stops as well. It's just the big plays, Tommy.
And this time, the Warriors won't be deterred, Nate. I think they're seeing this possession as a gifted opportunity. So they might make this 4-down territory.
4 receivers here on the near side. Bogner drops back. Low snap. Steps up into the end zone. Nobody there. Threw that one to the back pylon, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
And if you're the Seneca East Tigers, after that last turnover,
that's a
huge sigh of relief that you can let out right now. 1:28 remaining here in the third quarter. You turned away the defense, forced a turnover on downs after turning the ball over twice within a 4-minute period, and now these Seneca East Tigers can go back to work, and they're going to have to make up some groundwork now after giving up that pick 6 on their gave up that pick 6 a little earlier, but also another pick on their last possession. So 2 turnovers on their last 2 drives. Tigers looking to quelch those mistakes here.
1:28 left in the third quarter. Parks going to take off and run with it. Got some running room, and he's got it close to the first down marker. They'll mark him down at about the 23.
I think on this drive, Nate, you kind of go with that option look. You kind of stay more grounded, as in the air it's just not doing you any favors. You're getting some kind of read on what you're putting up there in the air.
Inside of a minute to play here in the third. Quick pitch to the outside for Young, trying to find the edge. Boy, that defense just doing a great job closing in. But the Tigers do pick up the first down there. If they needed 2, they got about 4. And they get it up to the 26-yard line. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. Warriors holding on to a 9-point lead here in this de facto N10 Championship game. Pistol formation. Nicholas Parks takes the snap. Handoff. Jackson Gayhart trying to find some running room. Powerful run past the 30-yard line to about the 31. Good for 5 yards. Should be the last play here in the third quarter. Hand off to Jackson Gayhart off the right side, trying to find a little bit of room. Not a lot doing there as defense closes the gaps quickly. That's the end of the third quarter. Mohawk on top of Seneca East, 15-6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. We got the conclusion of the N10 Championship live from Tiger Nation right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here, live in the jungle. Third and short sees the Tigers pick up what they need to convert and move the chains for another Bascom Communications first down. And that moves the ball up to about the 41-yard line. But this Tigers offense finding some momentum after that turnover on downs by the Warriors.
Yeah, these Tigers, you definitely got to believe they have to capitalize off of this drive. Turnover on downs, created by the defense, gives the Tigers another chance at it. Another bite at the apple here with 11:35 remaining here in the game.
1st and 10. Parks looking to throw. Down the field, he's got Beamer down the sideline, and it's picked off again! Kane Heyman goes up and snags it for another interception. The 3rd INT of the second half for Nicholas Parks. Boy.
Yeah, look at this. Look
That's
at him just get underneath that one. And take
I mean, beautifully played by the defense. Kane Heyman with him step for step. And just went up there and high-pointed that one. Eric, you got something for us?
Yeah, he looks like he may be feeling it after that, too. Walking a little gingerly, and he's bent over now.
Who's that?
Kane Heyman.
Uh-oh. That's no good, but he's still out there. He's a tough kid, man.
They got the wind knocked out of him from a nice little land against the ground out there.
We'll keep an eye on it. Heyman still in the game. 11:23 left to play in the ball game. Warriors looking to close this one out with a statement drive here. Heyman, the man in motion. A quick pitch. That one should be an illegal shift against the Warriors.
I've seen the flag.
Heyman wide open, but this one's coming back, folks. Don't get too excited.
Man, he's going to be so exhausted.
Down to the 20, to the 15, and he's going to be fighting his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. But it doesn't matter because it's coming back. And you hope he didn't spend too much energy on that one because, wow.
Yeah, right after the running down the field to defend that pass and then coming out and running that one all the way down the field, he's probably exhausted right now.
Whoever the motion man was, they must have turned their shoulder just a little bit to the inside because that was right away. As soon as that ball was snapped, flag was in the air. Heyman was slow to get up, but able to make it off the field. Well, slowly making his way towards the sideline. Boy, that's a costly penalty there, Tommy.
I'm just wondering why 79 knew that there was a flag. It still ran all the way to the other end of the field.
Okay.
But he's jogging right back.
Wants to show up on film, Tommy.
Yeah, he was there for his teammate. He went down there today. All right, man?
That's right.
Heck yeah.
So motion.
I was gonna say that's pretty much been almost the name of the game here tonight, guys. Every time we have like a nice big play, followed up with a flag there.
Yeah.
The motion penalty moves the ball back to the 15. Bogner on the handoff. This is Caden Bish on the carry, and not a whole lot of running room there as that Tiger defense closes up quickly. And on the stop, Mason Homer and Hunter Rathburn.
And with these turnovers and penalties, it's hard to scheme. It's hard to coordinate what you're doing down there for both these squads, defensively and offensively. That's why you haven't really seen this you see this struggle for position here late in the game just because of all the mental miscues and turnovers.
Got a player down on the field. I believe that's number 2, Caleb Bish. We'll step
22.
aside, take a quick timeout, but we'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
CLOUSE Construction, located in New Riegel, Ohio, is one of the top design-build general contractors. CLOUSE Construction Corporation takes pride in giving their customers the best possible products and service. From conception design to completion, CLOUSE Construction will handle every aspect of your project. Please call CLOUSE Construction at 419-448-1365 or visit their website at clouseconstruction.com. Remember CLOUSE Construction for all your building and construction needs.
Welcome back to the jungle. 2nd and 13 for the Warriors from their own 17-yard line. 10:43 left to play. They lead by 9. It's 15-6. Mohawk on top of Seneca East. Ben Bogner back to pass. Pressure, just gets rid of it, and there's nobody anywhere near that. No, there's no receivers anywhere near there. Oh, well,
Yeah,
actually,
see him, Nate. He's got one down there.
I seen 4. Never mind, I did see 4. He was hidden by everybody here on this Tigers sideline, though. But then, yeah, I did see him. So
I think that was Brett.
I wouldn't think Ben Bogner would throw that ball
I think
to
that
nobody.
was Brett Martin that got the pressure on Bogner there for the Tigers.
Mason Schimpf, the receiver in the area. So it'll be third down, 13 to go. Ball at the 17-yard line. Tigers need a stop here.
Yeah, being down 2 scores, time is not on your side here, Nate.
Absolutely. 4 receivers set for the Warriors. Flag as delay of game is going to be the call against Mohawk. So that'll move them back another 5. 3rd and 18 coming up. I love that video because, man, it just shows you how good of an arm Denny Uhl really has. You know what I mean? Like, he chucks that thing.
Now a 3rd and 18. Warriors. That's true down and distance situation here on this money down.
Shotgun. Bogner slings it right side. That's complete. No, it's backwards. I think that's going to be an incomplete pass. It should be, yeah.
I think the one ref signaling incomplete.
I think that money down made about as much money as Joker 2.
But that will bring up 4th down, and the Warriors will have to punt. Now, this is something, Tommy, the Tigers have showed pressure on all punts tonight, and they have gotten close to a couple of them. My question is, can they figure out a way to get in there and get a hand on this one? Because this would be huge if they could get a block punt right here.
Oh, you have a special teams play drawn up for this pinning situation.
Bogner. Oh, Gayhart nearly got a hand on it, but it hits down to the 35, and it'll take a Warrior roll all the way to the 46-yard line.
And what a stand by the Tigers.
Huge.
Mental miscues by the Warriors. Forced them to go backwards on that drive. Forcing the Mohawk Warriors to punt from within their own end zone. And Greggy, now these Tigers are going to take over on the 46. And they'll have 10-14 to put some points on the board with great field position to start this drive.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a great job of staying in this one. Not letting it get away from
don't go anywhere, folks. As you talk about 3 turnovers just here in this second half, Nate, by these Seneca East Tigers, and they're still right in the thick of it. Defense leads you to a championship, but this offense has to perform.
Parks with a quick pass over the middle, and that's incomplete. It was a good read by Parks. But just unable to come up with the reception there is Aiden Zach, the intended receiver.
Tigers quick to the ball again.
2nd down and 10. Nicholas Parks back to pass. Looking, slings it off, dumps it off to the running back. That's Young out of the backfield. Spins his way forward for a few yards, but it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and about 6 coming up here. Inside of 10 minutes to play, Tigers, they got to have this conversion here. Either that or you got to get closer to the stick so you can make it a more manageable 4th down, because it's 4-down territory here, Tommy. You're inside of 10 minutes to play. You're down by 2.
Your defense is going to, you have already caused 3 turnovers. Your defense is going to pin their ears back here. No,
Parks going to take off, weaving his way through the blockers, and he finds his way down past the 1st down marker.
For the Warriors, I think that was the wrong call defensively. You wanted to play conservative. You didn't want to get beat downfield on a huge pass play, and you knew they were going to run the option keeper there.
This Mohawk defense really has been the calling card for this team all year long, allowing just 10 points per game. Jackson Gayhart, the ball carrier, as he's got it down past the 30 to about the 28-yard line.
Oh, this game just keeps rolling, especially on this drive. That's what these Mohawk Warriors and these Tigers, their offenses aren't made for these short drives.
Wow, did you see there that Mohawk barely got the guy in on defense there because the Seneca East is going so fast on their plays here.
That's what you got to do. If they're going to try to rotate guys, you got to be quick to the line, get them up quick, get them set quick, call that next play quick.
Yeah, I saw a guy running in for Mohawk there, and I think he barely got to the line.
When we talk about those slow, meticulous drives, I think being quick and being that no huddle can get this defense on its heels.
Parks keeps it, and I think he's got the first down. Should have enough to move the chains.
Now you just rush back to the line. You run something similar to that
right now. Bascom Communications first down for the Tigers.
Send a guy in motion. Tuck and run.
Tigers knocking on the door of the Benchwarmers red zone. Ball at the 22-yard line. Parks will dump off to the running back on the right side. Taylor Young gets it down to about the 16. Brings up 2nd and 5. They're inside the Benchwarmers red zone now. Inside of 8 minutes to play in the ball game.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to run it off that right side when they brought in that blocking tight end, but a nice little screen pass there. Put the blockers in place and allowed these Tigers to start moving.
Parks in the shotgun. Going to keep it. Left side. And he carries it forward. Close to the first down marker. I think he's going to be just short. Be 3rd down and short coming up.
Now you can't come away empty-handed on this drive.
Absolutely not. You have to have something here. Handoff. Gayhart breaks a tackle inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Jackson Gayhart picks up the first down for the Tigers.
Can't ask much more out of Mohawk on that one. That was just hat on a hat. They got some penetration there, but Gayhart wouldn't be denied. Shedding first contact, just squirting right through there.
Parks is going to keep it himself. Trying to find a little running room on the right side, but nothing doing there. Boy, that kid's a competitor, Tommy. The junior Nicholas Parks. Led the N10 in passing yards, 2,175 yards on the year, 26 touchdowns through the air.
I think you get that quick slant in.
Yeah. Fake the handoff to the motion man. Park's going to keep it up the middle. But, boy, that defense was right there to make the stop.
Yeah, he tried to turn and put his back to him and tried to power his way forward, and they said no.
Heyman right there coming up with the stop, and that is...
We got a Warrior down back there.
Caleb Bish, once again down on the play in the backfield, or in the defensive backfield. Bish going to wait for the trainers. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. High school football, the N10 Championship is live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
CLOUSE Construction, located in New Riegel, Ohio, is one of the top design-build general contractors. CLOUSE Construction Corporation takes pride in giving their customers the best possible products and service. From conception design to completion, CLOUSE Construction will handle every aspect of your project. Please call CLOUSE Construction at 419-448-1365 or visit their website at clouseconstruction.com. Remember CLOUSE Construction for all your building and construction needs.
Welcome back to the jungle here at Tiger Stadium in Attica, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the 1s and 2s. Austin Rodriguez on the camera, and Eric Hall down on the sidelines. 3rd and goal from the 5. Parks slings it into the end zone. Got him in! Touchdown, Tigers!
Gayhart, what a huge reception. The Tigers are right back in this one. 6:08 remaining in the game. After the Tigers capitalize a 41-yard drive, I believe. See,
that was a
there
nice
on the
play
National
there.
Machinery replay.
Kind of looked like he was going to maybe take it himself, and he hit the brakes, and he pulls back, and he said, somebody toss over the middle.
And I like that he didn't throw it at the line. He decided to try to get to the back of the end zone, throw it over to the defenders, as opposed to allowing one of those big hog mollies up front to put their hands up.
Well, he stepped up into a passing window, Tommy. You know, he didn't just stand back there like you saw him do a couple times. He stepped up into a window and said, bam, I'm going to dot that eye right there.
And now, again, here in this N10 Championship, 6:08 remaining, the Warriors on top by 2, 15-13, and these Tigers hosting here at home. You got to believe, Nate, in this N10 Championship, Tigers are also playing for so much more, because, again, if they don't come away with the win here tonight, they're going to be on the road next week in Week 11 as opposed to hosting a nice, delicious playoff site.
And that extra point there, guys, conversion made is a huge deal because now it makes it that a field goal would get you the win.
Yep.
Instead of tying the game.
But their kicking game, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, there's always that note, but if it comes down to it and you had to try it.
That's a good point, Greg.
For
sure.
That extra point definitely.
Both these squads are so solid in the red zone defensively.
Eric, you got something for us?
That extra point looked pretty good to me, so I'd be willing to put the game, if he's got it close enough, put it on his leg.
All right, well, we'll see how it comes down to it. 6:08 left to play in the ball game.
That comes down to that situation. Sometimes you just can't get it in the end zone, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens here with 6 minutes left.
Clouse Construction game day update. We got a final. Hopewell Loudon over Calvert 26-0. Chieftains finishing undefeated on the season. Squib kick there. This one's going to be fielded by Heyman. And he's trying to find a little room there, but...
Now, Nate, speaking of the Chieftains game real quick, didn't I read earlier today that they have not lost a SBC game since 2019?
Correct. Since Week 10 against Gibsonburg in 2019.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You want to talk about dominance.
I mean, these Chieftains, you got to think, they came over battle-tested from that BVC conference.
Yeah.
That conference was just a gauntlet every single year. And when they came into the SBC River, they were the top dog from the beginning. Everybody knew that was going to be the top dog. And, man, it's just been so hard to knock them off that pedestal.
Man, you guys hear the crowd getting loud here? They want this defense to make a big-time stand here.
Bogner breaks a tackle into the open, to the 35, to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Mohawk! Ben Bogner,
Wow.
63 yards.
Just like that, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, just like that, Mohawk recaptures the momentum as Uncle Mo was sneaking over to the Tigers sideline, had this within a 2-point game, and now the Warriors, one play, just get this back.
I mean, and they had him too, guys. They had him, and he spun right out of that.
Yep.
Just kept it going all the way. What'd you say, 60?
63 yards for Ben Bogner.
And just when you thought the Tigers defense was going to make a big stand here and get them back in this one. One play.
And that's what you expect out of your senior quarterback there. Put the emphasis on this one.
Field goal's no good.
Ooh. Oh, that keeps it a one-score game. It's 21-13. 5:49 left to play. Did they score too quick? That's the question.
Man, these games, they just come down to every single
that's
point.
A really interesting dynamic you bring up there.
Did they score too quick? Because now you gave the Seneca. I mean, Tigers just took about 4 minutes to drive the length of the field there on that last drive to get the ball into the end zone. So now they get the ball back here. You can be meticulous. You don't have to rush. You don't have to dig into your bag of tricks here, Tommy.
Right.
You can go 5 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards,
But-
3 yards, 5 yards down the field.
But what you have to do is score and get the conversion.
100%.
Oh, and that's the tough challenge right
Well,
there.
that's the thing, too, though, Greg, is you already missed one extra point. You're going to be forced to take that situation anyway, in some respects. So we'll see.
It's never an easy task.
Well, yeah, you got to score first. You got to be able to score on these Warriors, and it took everything in your power. Get yourself back in this one, and immediately the Warriors take the pin to the balloon.
Yeah, you felt it. You felt the air just let out of this place.
Yeah. And that pin's name, Ben Bogner, 63 yards for for the score to put the Warriors up 21-13.
Oh, why'd they let that one just bounce past everybody? Somebody needs to get on that.
All the way back to the 10-yard line. Taylor Young on the return for the Tigers. Gets it up near the 30.
That's a salvageable return.
But the Tigers have a long way to go here. 70 yards to drive to put the ball in the end zone, and then they need to get 2 more on top of that one in order to tie this one up. It's an 8-point ball game. Warriors on top 21-13. 5:42 left to play here, folks. So don't go anywhere.
You're seeing a lot of up-tempo, no huddle on their last drive by the Tigers. What do you expect out of this drive, Nate?
Oh, after this play, game day update. Handoff to Gayhart up the middle.
Way to stay up there.
This game day update brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. St. Paul takes a 29-28 lead over Monroeville in the 4th quarter.
Wow, is Monroeville going to finally take their first loss of the season?
In week 10, after they have been absolutely destroying teams for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, we got a player down here.
A player down on the field. 5:30 to play. Warriors lead 21-13. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Jeff Leopold for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144.
And we're back here at Tigers Field. A little trickery there as a little jersey swap on the sideline. Tommy was quick on that one. Maybe we can send it down to our sideline reporter, see if he's got an update. But a 71 is on the field, and we don't have him on our roster. Quick pitch to Taylor Young off the left side, trying to find the edge. And he's got it back to about the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Maybe a yard gain. But let's check in with Eric. Eric, you got any update on that? What's the story with 71?
Yeah, I saw the jersey swap, but I didn't see what was wrong with the original jersey. But he did go straight to the ref and report, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that works.
Do you have his original number? Do you know what the original number was on the other jersey?
No, let me look around and see if it's still laying here. I just kind of ripped it off and threw the new one on.
Well, we'll check in with Eric here in just a minute. But 5:20 to play here in the ball game. Another player down on the field here. We'll keep it right here. And we'll thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink, the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, Drawn to the Surface, CLOUSE Construction, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Landers Strength Syndicate, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, Klaus Electric, E&R Precision Lighting, Bascom Communications, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. Got a third down and about 2 coming up here for the Tigers. 5:20 to play in the ball game. Parks takes the snap, looking for some blockers. And it looks like he's got the first down past the 40-yard line up to about the 41. That'll move the chains. Another Baskin Communications first down.
Patrizzi with the stop there for the Warriors, and now these Seneca East Tigers, I think they're going to try that up-tempo a little bit more.
1st and 10. Fake to Gayhart, quick pitch on the shovel pass to Young.
Yeah, love seeing a little shovel pass like that.
Wasn't going to be fooled by the Mohawk Warriors, but just missed.
He was there.
He was almost in too much of a perfect spot to where he missed them. Couldn't believe that.
Folks, it is a final. St. Paul over Monroeville, 29-28. That one was in Monroeville. And that's a big tackle, big broken tackle from Jackson Gayhart. Yeah, he's got it down inside the 40 to the 38.
Yeah, you saw Parks have Gayhart almost on his back pocket and giving Gayhart pretty much a running start on that handoff to where the Juggernaut picks up some momentum, and that's going to be hard to stop.
4:15 to play. Parks off the right side.
And just met, though.
And he tries to find a little running room there. Gets about 3, maybe 4 yards. But he had a receiver out on the left side that was basically like jumping up and down. Aiden Zach was like, hey, I'm wide open over here. Nobody covering him on the left side.
Don't tempt the fates, Nate.
Pistol set. Parks handoff. Gayhart up the middle. Spins out of a tackle. Bowls his way forward.
Yeah, you hear the bell cows. You got a bell cow running back.
That's
run behind
right.
him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as these Tigers continue to drive, but also this clock starts to drive too, both times with 3 timeouts.
3:35 left to play. Parks looking. Going to take off and run with it. And he's got it down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line.
I was going to say, he trips himself up. He stumbles ahead for about 5 yards on the play. Yeah, it was about 4.
3 minutes and 15 seconds left. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 23. Parks going to keep it. Right side. Cuts it back to the left. And it's going to be brought down after a short gain, maybe a yard. 3rd and 4 coming up. 2-yard gain. 2:40 to play. Tommy, what's the call here? 3rd down.
I don't think you ever played a tie, but you're just trying to finish off this drive.
Gayhart on the carry.
Give yourself a chance.
Broken tackles. And he's got it down close to the 1st down marker.
Because, again, you think about the overtime rules here at the high school level. Are you going to be confident in the Seneca East defense from the 20?
But this is going to be a 4th down pending the measurement. They're calling for the measurement here.
So it is going to be 4th down. Clock starting to roll. Here as the Tigers line up. He got Parks in the gun with Gayhart on his hip, and the officials are going to blow this one dead. Timeout by Seneca East. They're going to take their first timeout of this second half, Greg. They'll have 2 timeouts as we get ready for the First National Bank Sycamore timeout. Nate, great to have you back.
Yes, absolutely. Got to put out some fire sometimes, you know. 4th and 1. Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's thank our sponsors, folks, for allowing us to bring this one to you live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, Drawn to the Surface, Klaus Construction, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Landers Strength Syndicate, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, Klaus Electric, E&R Precision Lighting, Bascom Communications, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin.
4th and 1 here.
It should be a false start against the Seneca East Tigers as Jackson Gayhart just tried to get a little momentum there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's killer.
And
on
just
a
fell
4th and 1.
forward.
Now 4th and 1.
But now because you've taken so much time off the clock, Tommy, you have pretty much put all your eggs into this basket. You are all in on this drive. So now with a 4th and 6.
I mean, you had a very, very 4th and manageable.
Yeah.
4 down territory, 4th and 1. But the mental miscue rears its ugly head one last time.
What do you dial up here? Nicholas Parks looking. Rolls to his left, over the middle. Oh, it's broken up!
Oh my
what
goodness.
a play on the ball by Caleb Bish!
Oh, Aiden Zach, the intended receiver, bounces right out of his hands. And the Warriors will take over on down. They'll hold on defensively.
So close, guys. So close to having the conversion there.
You know the rules. You get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
That's right. So Seneca East still with 2 timeouts left, but Tommy, I mean, you pick up a first down, it's over here. Warriors looking to close this one out on the road and picking up their first N10 title in over 5 years.
And the Tigers,
making some noise.
if they're unable to do anything here, they're going to be hitting the road next week.
Bogner in the shotgun, gonna keep it. Defense comes up with the stop. And they'll take the timeout now. 1:53 left here in the 4th quarter. Warriors lead 21-13. Check game day updates brought to you by Klaus Construction. We got a couple finals here as Perkins over Columbian 42-7. Upper Sandusky over Buckeye Central 42-7. Sandusky leading Port Clinton 21-19 in the 3rd quarter. I believe that's probably the 4th quarter by now. Let's see. Clyde over Norwalk 34-0. That's a final. As we mentioned, Hopewell over Calvert 26-0. That's a final. Gibsonburg 48-0 over Corey Rawson. And you want to talk about the Golden Bears. That's a team that I don't think anybody wants to play in the playoffs, Tommy. We're sitting at number 3 in Region 26 coming into this one.
Love me some Golden Bears.
Absolutely.
That's a heck of a program over there.
Coach Joe Wyatt does a great job with that program.
Got plenty of support over there too. Them Golden Bears fans, they
love us.
They love some Heart of Ohio.
They love us. Warriors trying to close this one out. 2nd and 9 at 24. Bogner under center. Probably going to be just a kneel here. No, just a quick pitch. Heyman, the ball carrier, to the right, trying to find some running room. He's knocked out of bounds.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't be pitching the ball.
Why is
in
the
my own
clock-
end zone.
So the clock will stop at 1:42. Wow.
That's a oof.
So the Seneca East Tigers will save a timeout. I just don't understand that play call. Why do you pitch it to the outside and try to get the outside there?
What happens
I
if
know
you-
you're trying to get the first down.
And what happens
but
if he messed the pitch up, Nate?
that's what I'm saying.
That's a turnover right down here.
Hey, I'm not questioning any coaching decisions.
No,
Eric
right.
Daniel and his staff do a great job over there, but I'm just...
It's a scary play
That's
right
a
there.
scary play. That is a really scary play.
Ultimately, I think the gamble there is they want to convert and put this one to rest.
You're
but
right, Tommy.
3rd and 4.
They're going to be turned away.
Tigers show blitz. They come up with the stop in the backfield.
Wow.
Timeout called with 1:38 to play.
You got to be kidding me.
And the Tigers keep their hopes alive. But they will have no timeouts remaining. And the Warriors will punt the ball away with 1:38 left to play. we're assuming they'll punt the ball away. I would assume they would.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm just crazier things have happened in high school football. That's all I'm saying. Like in this new age, coaches make some really interesting decisions. But this one being at their own 28-yard line, I would think this is just going to be a punt.
Out of bounds.
Well, it's unbelievable. I didn't think that the Tigers would get another chance with the ball here tonight.
So the Tigers have no timeouts left, even though the score, there it is. 1:38 left to play here in the ball game. And everybody's starting to head for the exits here. What's going on? Why are the fans leaving? A bunch of cars leaving here. Punt team onto the field for the Warriors.
If you ever needed a block, now's the time.
Bogner, deep punt.
Wow, that's a good
Fair
punt.
catch called for at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over.
With 1:33, guys, to go to work here.
Now, you got to think, are those fans that are leaving, are they going to end up like the Miami Heat fans trying to get back in? Like, hey, wait a second. I didn't know they were.
Charging double.
You remember that game?
Charging double admission.
That's right. What a ball game here tonight.
Yeah, this is everything that we thought we would get here tonight.
Absolutely.
I mean, right off rip, your first couple shots have to be towards the sideline, towards the sticks. Try to either convert or get it a little quick out.
You got to make up
get
some
out
yards.
of bounds. Yeah, you got to make up a few yards. Well, you got to make up a lot of yards, but you just got to get yourself in a better position.
But instead, you're going to run up the middle.
And Nicholas Parks gets it to midfield, but that clock will continue to roll. 1:24 left to play. And just, that's their bread and butter, though. That's what they do.
Yeah, but they need a little bit more than 1:33 with that bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. Parks looking to throw it. Steps up into the pocket. Over the middle, has a man to the 40, 35, and down to the 30-yard line.
Wow, get up. Everybody get up.
That will convert. They're going to reset the chains and then move the ball.
I believe that was 40 on the reception. I'm not sure.
Under a minute now. Seneca East driving from the 30.
50 seconds left. Clock continues to roll. Parks looking. Rolls to the left. Going to take off and run, and he's going to go out of bounds.
Ugh.
Saves the clock with 39 seconds left to play.
Looks like a bowling ball barreling into all the Warriors over there on the sideline.
Picks up 4, maybe 5. They'll give him 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up. 39 seconds to play. What a ball game.
And this one's either going to end in jubilation or it's going to end with how this one kind of turned out with the 3 turnovers earlier.
Parks over the middle. Oh, what a move!
Makes a move inside. They got
what a move by Aiden Zach. Now the Tigers 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. 30 seconds left. Are they going to spike it? No. They're going to call a play. They're calling a play.
Taking a little bit of time there.
22 seconds left. Parks back to pass. Looking. Rolls to his right. Has to take a step out.
Wow.
And he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they got to clock it.
You got to spike
10
it now.
seconds.
Look at the Mohawk players.
And they're laying on top of him. That's a delay of game.
Yeah, wow.
That's got to be a delay of game. They're laying on top of him on purpose there.
You see this sometimes.
Wow, I don't understand that. Wow. 3 seconds left.
No,
Parks takes the snap, spikes it with 1 second on the clock.
No.
Oh, the referees say 1 second. That referee down there is holding up one finger,
You're not gonna
saying
fool me.
1 second.
There was 1 second definitely left.
And Owen Patrizzi was not very happy about that one.
You ain't pulling me. You ain't selling me nothing. There was a second left on that clock.
Greg is worked up. Oh, man.
And they barely got that one in. Barely.
I just don't understand that. You got guys laying on top of him at the end of the play.
And
that's a delay of game. That's telltale.
And nothing against the Warriors, but I saw a little bit of that on the play before, too.
Exactly. Well, that's what you're taught to do, though.
They know what to do.
A timeout called by Mohawk. They wanted to see what the Tigers were going to do. That's gamesmanship right there, I'm telling you. Eric Daniel and that coaching staff have done an outstanding job here tonight.
This is a game of chess here tonight.
Wow.
So here's the scenario. The passing game by these Tigers, you kind of run it off an option. You kind of do a lot of RPO, and thus far tonight, it really hasn't been that effective. But the score that the Tigers had on their last possession, when they found the back of the end zone, that was the play to dial up.
Yeah.
You expose the cover. You expose the zone coverage. You're going to have guys backed off. Go ahead and challenge that inside, right over the middle.
My question was, Tommy, you get down there 1st and goal at the 10 with 24 seconds. Why not spike the ball right there? Give yourself 3 downs with 24 seconds to try to get the ball in the end zone.
The only thing I can think of is if they were trying to conserve downs, but it ended up biting them in the end there. And I
think it's one of those scenarios.
You ended up having to cost one anyways because you took the sack.
I think it's one of those scenarios where they're kind of quick to the ball. They want to get a quick read on it and either keep it or try to dump it off.
Right, 3rd down. This is the ball game. 1 second left. Nicholas Parks in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Parks rolls to the left. Into the end zone. And it's picked off once again. Wow. Kane Heyman on the interception. And that's going to do it.
Tommy called it. That was the play right there, Tommy. But the defense was ready for it that time.
Heyman.
Well, in 2 scenarios there, Greg. The walk-off interception. The same play that was drawn up that got the Tigers on the board on their last drive, sniffed out by the Mohawk defense, and I said this one was either going to end in jubilation or end the same way that this second half has been.
And I
with
really
the 4th
I really thought he was going to
now.
get that one in there, and wow, just out of nowhere.
They don't call you Nostradamus for nothing,
Oh my
partner.
gosh, that was the same exact play, and they couldn't come up with it.
Wow, guys.
What a ball game. The Warriors clinched the N10 title, and they finished their season at 8-2, heading into the playoffs with an emphasis on the regular season. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with a post-game show. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got our player of the game coming up. Post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, coming up next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope and Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope and Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope and Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeandfostoria.com.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports. Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them. When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports. Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in the jungle in Attica. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, the Wizard, Greg Kinn up here in the press box with you for the postgame show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, Mohawk 21, Seneca East 13, Warriors clinching the N10 title. And you want to talk about rising from the ashes. This was a 2-8 football team last year. For them to completely turn this ship around and go 8-2, winning the N10 title.
Well, they went 2-8 last year. Then they started off this season with a loss to Calvert, which had some people going, all right, are we, this is the same Mohawk team as last year. We're going to have the same record. And then they just turned it all around the rest of the season. They just ran through opponents.
Absolutely. And that's a great point with that week one win or week one loss. I really feel like that kind of redirected
last
them.
year.
Yeah, it just redirected their focus.
And it's just such a stark comparison from week 1 to week 10. It's hard to believe that Mohawk got dispatched by that same Calvert squad in week 1, because this Mohawk squad, I'm telling you, you talk about night and day. You talk about the turnaround. 2-8 to great in the N10 champions and a chance to host a playoff football game next week. These Mohawk Warriors, they were called to task. You needed a lot of these seniors to step up. And once they became healthy, there was a lot of questions going into week 9, that little skid by the Warriors there. But they were able to get Heyman and Bish back healthy. They were able to dispatch Carey. And now they go to the other perennial in the N10, these Seneca East Tigers, on the road here in Attica and able to come away with the N10 title.
What a win for the Warriors. On the road. That's the big. I mean, this is such a tough environment to play in. I mean, we sat up here in the press box and could barely talk over each other because you couldn't hear anything up here because the fans were just, all game long, just insanely loud. What a job by this Tiger faithful to give the atmosphere for this setting. I mean, this is such a great game, obviously, but the atmosphere is what draws people in. And I'll tell you, this one did not disappoint here tonight. What a win for the Warriors. They moved to 8-2 on the season, capturing their first N10 title since 2018. Huge win. And Tommy, you got to figure, they're sitting there right now, Region 26, coming into tonight, they were at number 7. You got to figure, Tommy, they're going to move up a little bit, you would think. And with Tiffin Calvert sitting there.
Calvert lost.
Tiffin Calvert sitting there at 5. They lost. They'll probably move down a couple spots. Mohawk will probably move up a couple spots. I mean, they're only separated by less than a point between the two of them in computer points. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on how this playoff scenario turns out. We might have a little show cooked up for the post game for when we get back to the studio. We'll see if we can work something out and keep an eye on this playoff picture and the scenario that we have. But either way, just a lot of area talent qualifying for the playoffs, and it's going to be an exciting Week 11.
Oh, absolutely is. You couldn't have picked a better game to broadcast here tonight than this N10 Championship. As the season kind of went on and the picture started to develop and it shook out, we knew right then that Seneca East versus Mohawk matchup, that was the one that was circled on everyone's calendar. And, man, it did not disappoint. Like you said, 48 minutes of nonstop action, coming down to the wire, coming down to the last play, the last second. And these Mohawk Warriors were able to stay strong and come away with a huge win, 21-13 if you're just joining us.
Last time these Warriors beat the Tigers was 2021, Tommy. So it's been a while since they had a chance to give the Tigers the taste of defeat. But, hey, able to come away with a victory here in Attica tonight. And we got our player of the game working his way up into the press box here. So we'll have that for you here on the postgame show, brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, 21-13, Mohawk over Seneca East. And I think we got our player of the game joining us now. There you are, buddy. All right, joining us on the postgame show, our player of the game. Let's get that down there. There we go. There we go. Garrett Reinhardt, player of the game here tonight. Now, man, you guys, it was a 7-6 ball game at halftime, and this could have went either way. Yep. After half, you never know what's going to happen. Tommy had a prediction. He thought one thing was going to happen, and he was pretty dang close to what he thought was going to happen. You guys come away with a win here, 21-13. Yep. Coming into this one, what was the mentality? What was the mindset all week?
Do it for the brother beside you. You know, last year being 2-8, and 2 years ago playing here, clock on 0, but come back and just rally all together, do it for the brother beside you, and win N10.
Man, you reminded me of that clock hitting 0. I forgot all about that. You probably had some bitter taste in all these seniors' mouths coming into this one.
Little deja vu.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, 1 second left on the clock. Wow.
Turnabout is fair play.
So 2-8 to 8-2, N10 champs. Yep. When you guys set your goals in the beginning of this season, obviously conference championships at the top of the list. Yeah. 8-2 had to be up there, but man, did you guys think you'd be here?
We like to take a pretty good guess that we would be here and be one of the top teams in the league, because we were at the beginning of the year, we decided to, we need to start playing together as a team, stop playing blame games and just work it all out as a team and play for everyone.
So after that week 1 game, we were there at Frost Callenau Stadium. You guys just so close. Yeah. I mean, you talk about, that ball tips up at the end in the right way. Anything could have happened, but man, you guys redirected your focus after week 1. Talk about what was said in that second week of practice and how you guys just basically, turned the ship around.
It was, for us seniors, we didn't want our last year to end like it did the other year. We, as a team, we all had to refocus and just take a step towards our goals. It hurts, but just let that game go and just come together as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what you did here tonight. Now, you had a big pick.
Yeah.
In the second half, you guys had 4 picks against the top quarterback in the, well, you guys wouldn't call him the top quarterback.
No.
I know who you think the top quarterback is in the N10, but this guy came into this one with a lot of stats, gaudy offensive numbers, but you guys weren't intimidated at all. No. By the end of this one, you took them out of their game plan. You talk about a team that was passing for over 300 yards a game. You guys said, no, not today. That's not happening. What was the mentality in practice this week to kind of limit their aerial attack?
1 and 8 great receivers. Shut them down. Make them put the ball on the ground. And, don't let those 2 receivers kill us. And, make them do it a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what you did here, man. 4 turnovers in the second half. That is the key for your win here tonight. Now, I know you couldn't look at the playoff scenario. You weren't looking ahead. You're looking at this team. Now you can start looking ahead. Now you can start looking at how this is going to shake out. You guys are going to host a playoff game next
Yes.
week. How's that feel?
That feels amazing, for everyone.
That's so cool, man. That's such a great feeling. All right, Tommy, you got any questions for our player of the game?
Well, I think he answered a lot of that. You talk about when the chips are down. You talk about that Jekyll and Hyde mentality where at the beginning of the season you guys are trying to find your identity, play for each other, lift each other up, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, playing for the guy beside you and playing for the name on the front of that jersey rather than the one on the back. So I think you were just a shining example of exactly what it takes to be not only the Heart of Ohio Sports player of the game holding that championship, but also the N10 Championship. And I also like that you were able to get a pick, having the big double digits on your jersey and wearing receiver gloves. So still giving those big guys the good name.
That's right.
It's showing that they got hands.
So, Garrett, any shout-outs you want to give here?
Shout out to everyone on my team, all the coaches, and just the whole community, and everyone that believed in us.
Boy, everybody showed out today, didn't they? That whole Mohawk community was lining the sidelines over there. I mean, you couldn't fit another fan over there with a shoehorn, man. Just outstanding atmosphere here tonight for this N10 Championship game. And a great game.
All right. Thank you.
Great accomplishment, young man.
Any shout-outs you want to give to some family out there or teammates?
My mom, my grandma, and, Ben for throwing the ball in the money, all our receivers for making plays.
On that big 63-yard run from Bogner. Wow.
Caden for running the ball hard in that pick, 6. And just the rest of the line that we've been battling every day at practice, trying to, bring Mohawk football back to what it used to be. And feeling pretty good right now.
Absolutely, as you should. And you're going to feel pretty good all night. Everything tastes sweeter after a victory. But, man, you can't beat the taste after a championship.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go treat yourself to a little something at Little Hugo's in Tiffin.
Thank you so much.
Everything tastes sweeter there.
Yes, sir.
And then you got a gift card to STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink. Go grab yourself some merch.
All right.
And you got a nice T-shirt to take home. Player of the game, once again, Garrett Reinhardt. Outstanding game.
Thank you.
Great game for the Warriors here tonight. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up. Actually, that's pretty much it. That's all we got, folks. I don't need to come back for anything. That's it. That's going to do it. 21-13 was your final score. Mohawk, 8-2, 6-1 in the N10 and N10 champions.
Stay tuned to our social medias. There could be post-season pulse podcast at the studio. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on that as soon as we get back. But thanks for joining us here for the N10 Championship, live from Attica. Mohawk Warriors, the N10 champions.
All right, for Eric Hall, Austin Rodriguez, Tommy Hall, and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Tiger Stadium in Attica. Once again, Warriors, N10 champions, 21-13 over the Tigers. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.